have energy left at all.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah.
I have no energy left. Wow.
I have energy left. They call me the Night Train.
Oh. I know. I'm going to have to exhibit a lot of patience.
Yes, and don't worry. As bad as the show is, nothing lasts forever. Even cold November rain.
Just when I thought I was going to be annoyed, you bring it home with a good point.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the show. And yeah, the entire crew here. I was really happy because, with all the Apollo shows that SiriusXM does, they're very, very difficult to get tickets to. Because
yes.
It's 1,500 people can sit in the Apollo here in New York. They get the biggest bands in the world to do these shows. Like the four that have done it are Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Metallica, and now Guns N' Roses. And not Buckethead Guns N' Roses, Guns N' Roses, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, although Izzy's not there and Steve Adler, but it's still the three main guys.
Yeah, it's Duff, it's Slash, it's Axl. And so it's really tough to get tickets. So we were all kind of hoping and trying to make sure that we all got to go, and luckily we did. It was kind of a last-minute thing. Jim and I were in, and then Troy and Travis were also able to get in at the last minute because tickets start to open up, and you just kind of show up and whatever. So they were able to get in. But, God damn, I don't think anybody realized how long they would play for, even after Florentine said.
I could not believe it was fun. They did their entire catalog plus 11 covers.
Even after Florentine said that Axl likes to do marathons, they didn't get off the stage until probably 1:45. Is that fair? Am I exaggerating?
I think so.
I mean, Travis, you survived. Was it about 1:45 when they got off?
1:30, 1:45.
Yeah. So I got there and I mean, there's a lot to break down with the show, but I don't like. I've gone on the air. I don't like to leave shows early. I don't like it when people leave shows way too early. I think it's like, why bother? Especially a show like this where so many people wanted to go so badly. Like, this is a fan's dream, and I'm not the biggest Guns N' Roses fan in the world.
Right. I'm not as hardcore as a lot of guys either.
Right. I'm a fan. But I'm not the biggest fan in the world. So, the last thing I would want to do is waste a ticket. But I was paranoid as it was because I get there and it's Harlem, and Harlem is cleaned up a lot.
Yes,
especially right around the Apollo. Like it's like any other borough right around the Apollo. But still,
it's like Morningside Heights now.
Right.
It's not Harlem.
No, but the surrounding blocks, there's still, like, when I was driving home last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, there were children playing in the streets in open fire hydrants at 1 o'clock in the morning, like 6-year-olds. So it's not quite the safest place in the world either. And I ended up having to park 4 blocks away, like somewhere on 127th Street. And so I was and it was like an outdoor parking lot, and there was like fencing around it. And the guy was like, "What time will you be back?" And I was like, and he couldn't really speak English. So I was like, probably by 1 a.m. I was like, well, you'll still be here, right? And he was like, you come back 1 a.m., I'll be here 1 a.m. And I was like, wait.
That's not really encouraging.
Yeah, this is supposed to be 24 hours. Like, it's supposed to be like, of course, yeah, I'll be here. You come back 1 a.m., I'll be here 1 a.m. I was like, should I call? Should I call before I come? And he's just like looking at me. And I'm like, call. Like, I'm putting the phone gesture, the hand gesture you do with your to a phone to your ear. And I'm like, should I call? He goes, no. You say 1 a.m., I'll be here 1 a.m. I was like, between midnight and 1 a.m. Okay, my friend. Okay. So I end up walking down there, and, I got there at 8:30, so it's still light out because it's summer. And it was fine, but I looked around like, this is not going to be an easy walk back at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is not the smartest thing to do, especially since, I don't know, it's like you have to turn a couple times.
You were nervous when you left. I remember talking to Sam, and he goes, out of my car. I hope I don't get killed.
Right.
Like, where is he? Like, that's on the 127th. I'm like, we're on the 125th. We're okay.
It's not far.
Yeah, you're adorable.
It's not far, but it's still, I live in Westchester.
I know.
I live in the suburbs, okay?
This isn't the 80s.
Well, and then Axl comes out, and he's like, do you know where you are? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, you're going to die. And I was like, shit.
That's right. He warned you.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no.
Multiple times.
What I did was I waited until most of my songs had been played. I think, they close the encore with Paradise City. So
yeah, but everyone knew that was coming.
Right. But unless you're going the distance, you're not going to see Paradise City. I was
not going to go the distance.
The only song besides that I didn't get to see that I would have liked is Patience. But after November Rain comes on, I've put in it's approaching 2.5 hours. It's longer than a traditional set would be.
You left right before, by the way. When you left, you missed a great version of Black Hole Sun.
Which I was fine missing.
And you missed a Whole Lot of Rosie was my favorite song of the night.
Well,
that AC/DC cover was my favorite thing they did.
But I'll tell you why I left when I did. Because I thought to myself, wait a minute. If I leave at the appropriate time, I can see the majority of the show. But if I get out of here before the whole crowd disperses from the auditorium, I can get a cab to the parking lot.
That's exactly why I left when I did.
You're going to take a cab 2 blocks?
Yeah. And that's exactly what I did. She goes, so I get in the cab, and I'm like, look, here's the address. It's really close, but, can you just take me there? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, this is on the west side? And I go, yeah, it's super close.
Did she probably think, why is this fucking white girl taking this cab?
She thought I was saying 27th Street, because why would you take a cab?
You 127.
I go, no, 127th Street. And it was like the scene in the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where he goes, only 2? You mean 200? No, just 2. I go, no, 127th Street. And she goes, oh, okay. And then she puts it in her GPS, and she goes, we're like here. And I was like,
how much was the cab ride?
Well, because she had to go around the block a couple times because she thought we were going to 27th Street, so it ended up being a $7 cab ride.
Okay.
It's a write-off.
To go 2 blocks.
So but it's a write-off.
You could have just jogged.
I could have jogged.
So was the guy, plus you look like you're from that neighborhood anyway. What's wrong with you?
I know. I of all of us, I could have gotten away with it. But, and so... And then I did get a little nervous, though, because the GPS in the lady's cab, it brought us to the back side of the parking lot. And like I said, it's an outdoor lot, so it's fenced off. So I'm like, oh, that is the lot. I can see my car. But this side isn't open. I got to go around the other side. I'm like, I got to go around the other side.
So she drove you or you got dropped off?
She's like, well, I can't make a left here. And I was like, all right. I'm going to walk from...
So then you basically walked the distance you would have had to walk.
No. This was only half a block, not 3 blocks.
And you made it?
I did, but I power walked.
Jesus.
Dude, did anybody say anything to you?
No, there was nobody out. It was late at night.
No, of course not.
Nobody was out.
It really wasn't that bad out, man. I walked like 7 blocks and it was fine.
It was fine, right? I didn't see one person.
To where, the subway?
Walking.
I walked over the subway and I was like, you know what, I'm going to just take a cab. But yeah, I walked.
The subway would have taken too long. At that hour, the fucking trains don't run properly.
At that hour, they run every 20 minutes. So yeah, you can get really fucked.
Especially with that many people, too. They're all coming out of the show.
Yeah.
But I did. I power walked. And then the guy was there. And I go, I'm like, how much was it? And he didn't tell me because he doesn't speak English. But I go, okay. And I handed him a credit card. He was like, no cash? And I was like, no, what? No, you got to warn me. It's 2017. No cash. And he was like, oh. And he fiddled about. And then he finally was able to scan my credit card. But it's a great deal. It's only $15 to park.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, $15 and possibly a throat cut.
Yeah. I was nervous, though, because the parking lots really close to the Apollo were all closed because they were full. But this one was empty. There was nobody else had parked.
Well, yeah,
there.
It was like Bob's parking lot.
Exactly. That's what.
Were you the only one there?
Well, there was there were cars that had been there for a long time, probably people that live or work
decades
in the area. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a junk lot. But yeah, I mean, I was the only one there who went to the show. For sure.
I was surprised you stayed as long as you did, considering you had to drive home.
But that's why I would have parked in my lot down here and just taken a subway.
That's crazy.
But it was once I got in the car, so quick to get home. 25 minutes to get home.
The fact that they went on at 10:35, it's like, come on, guys. It's a fucking. But then again, it's a Thursday. I know it's rock.
Then again, it's Axl. You're not.
But you still know that your fans work. You still know that people have to work in the morning. When you go on at 10:30 and do 3 hours, 3.5, it's like, that's ridiculous.
Duff had that conversation. Axl, man, a lot of our fans, they work, they got to get to work in the morning. We got to go.
Even those guys at one point, they're probably like, they like to go out to eat after they fucking do a gig, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they want to do something. It's like you're done in New York now. It's 2:30 in the morning. What do you do?
Yeah. But luckily, I hadn't even really thought about it as I was leaving. But they aired the concert live. So I turned the concert on as soon as I got in the car. And, you know, a lot of times live recordings sound like shit. Like, a lot of concerts are just not, like, they're meant to be experienced. They're not meant to be, like, listened to.
Right.
But Sirius did a hell of a job.
Amazing.
And it was, like, to do a live broadcast like that is really tough.
How great did Axl sound?
He sounded
so good.
Great. And that's why, and I got to hear everything basically after Black Hole Sun, I still got to hear. And I was happy. So I'm like, you know, 15 minutes away from home, and they, you know, closed the set and everything. And I figured what they were closing was the encore. And Eddie Trunk comes on, who was hosting the thing for the radio, and he goes, "Oh, I can't believe how long this thing has gone. They're definitely coming on for an encore." And I'm like, "What?"
That wasn't even the encore.
I'm pulling into my garage in Westchester, to my apartment, and they're just finishing Patience, and they still had 2 or 3 songs.
Was that right before the encore?
No, that was. They were now in the encore.
That was the second song in the encore.
Yeah.
How many encore songs did they do? Like 5?
4.
Wow.
They did Sorry, Patience, The Seeker, and Paradise City.
And I mean,
Jesus.
And that's for, like you said earlier before we got on the air, Travis. That's 4 Guns N' Roses songs.
Yeah, it's not like 8 minutes.
Right. Dennis Falcone this morning was complaining about November Rain being too long. He said the hit's only supposed to be 3 minutes. This November Rain.
How long is November Rain?
It's like 8.5 minutes or something like that. But it's so fucking good, man. It is so good.
Yeah, there's no filler in the song.
I was so excited and a little nervous when they wheeled the piano out, because November Rain is a difficult song to perform if you're not in great shape. And I mean, they just crushed it. Axl was awesome. He's playing the piano. He was singing. Slash was fucking awesome. It was just such a good show.
They all seemed happy. They seemed like...
I wouldn't say they all seemed happy. Jim and I were noticing the severe lack of chemistry.
Really?
Between Slash and Axl.
Slash didn't look at Axl once.
Not one time in that show did Slash look at Axl.
I see. The reason why I say different is because like he always goes up and like leans on him.
Axl does.
Axl did.
You don't think Slash was happy?
He didn't acknowledge that there was a human being next to him.
No, Slash.
Maybe he's always like that though.
Slash never acknowledged Axl once.
He doesn't seem like he looks up a lot when he plays. Like, Slash is just kind of in his own world,
in the zone.
And I might have been projecting a little bit, but it felt like, even with Duff, it felt like when they got to do their shit and Axl was off stage getting oxygen or whatever, it felt like they were like, "Oh, finally I can do my shit."
What was he? I wonder what he's doing. He was walking off stage a lot, but I wonder if he was.
That's what Travis said. Yeah,
I mean, he's been doing that for 20 years.
Getting oxygen.
Yeah,
I've been doing that for 33.
Good for you.
Yeah, just breathing oxygen
It's free,
every day.
right?
Yeah, it's free.
So wait, he gets the oxygen, and while he's off stage.
Well, yeah. I mean, he sings his fucking lungs out,
and it's not rock star shit to go on stage with an oxygen tank.
No.
That's lame.
I was wondering how he had that kind of
Patience.
energy. No, not patience.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, as far as I know, like I know that he was doing it like close to 20 years ago, or 15 years ago. But I'm pretty sure that's still what he does because he goes off a lot, multiple times during songs.
Yeah,
he'll go off stage.
I was wondering what he was doing.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm almost positive it's oxygen, just so that he can keep performing the way he performs because he sounds amazing.
He sounds. I couldn't believe how good he sounded.
He really did
for the entire show. He sounded better as the show went on.
I agree with that. Yeah, and I wasn't mad at any time at how long it was going, but I did feel like, okay, that's good. That's
you were satisfied.
There's enough.
Yeah,
and there are like, you know, in a set that's that long, close to 3 hours, there's some self-indulgent moments.
Yeah,
you know, there's a couple things that didn't necessarily need to be done. I love Duff. I think he's a great guest. I think he's a great musician. I don't know that he needed his own song on the show, but they probably also need some filler
time for Axl
to do his thing. So maybe that was going on.
He probably needs breaks. You know, I'll bet you that a lot of times when they do like solos and stuff like that, it's because the singer needs a break for a couple of minutes to relax or whatever.
And dude, if he needs a break, give him a break because, you know, at his age and as much as he's gone through, to be able to perform on the level that he performed at last night, because he was moving like I don't know quite like the old Axl, but he was moving extraordinarily well.
He didn't stop moving. He doesn't talk to the audience much at all.
No.
He says almost nothing. Thank you. He's real. Like, I'm surprised he's so quiet. Like, he's a front man, and the front man usually talks a little bit.
I can't imagine that his ability to interact with humans has improved over time.
No.
You know, I can't imagine that his interpersonal skills have gotten better.
No, they probably normally don't.
Apparently, he wasn't. He wasn't. I've heard rumor he wasn't at the show until right before he went on stage.
Yeah, I know. We talked to a guy who knows his driver.
He pulled a Jim Norton. That's what Jim. That always surprised me about you when a couple times I traveled with you, that you wouldn't show up until it was time for you to go on. So the openers. Like, we wouldn't be at the venue, and the opener and everything is already on stage.
A lot of times when I time it right, I can walk in, and I have less than 5 minutes before I'm on stage.
That's so rock star. That's rock star shit. That's cool, right?
Yeah, that's real cool.
That's like
Axl Norton.
That's
Yeah.
that's Liberace shit. That's cool.
Well, sometimes, yeah. Hopefully not. But I wanted to make sure. I like to make sure I just walk in, I take a pee, and I go on.
How cool was it that they gave? I'm a merch guy. How cool was it that they gave 2 T-shirts this time?
That was great.
cool.
Yeah.
That was really great.
Jim was texting me about the T-shirts before he got there, because I got there before Jim, and I was
you
like,
couldn't get his shirts.
no, because they stamp your ticket.
They didn't stamp mine.
Oh no,
No, because
stamped mine.
Zito, I saw it. He said,
Oh.
"Hey, just grab them for me."
oh yeah, they stamped my ticket. I'm not on your level yet, but yeah, they're on the house. You get a couple T-shirts, you get a poster, you get a laminate. Whew,
Open bar.
whew.
That was nice.
Yeah,
It was an open bar.
I didn't
Yeah.
take advantage of it.
I
but-
didn't either. I had no beverages.
Did you have a couple cocktails?
Yeah, I did.
Good for you.
Sirius knows how to throw a party.
I was thinking
Yeah,
that
they
as,
did a great job.
as I was sitting there, you know, people complain a lot, but as I was sitting there watching this show, and like the lobby's decked out, and they, like I said, they have the T-shirts and the posters on your way out. They have buses to after the show to bring you to different spots in the city if you want to go back to Midtown or whatever. When Sirius wants to put something together, they put on a hell of a fucking show. And you do, as much as the day-to-day wears you down, you do have to take a moment. If you're, I mean, the problem is only 1,500 people get to go, and there's celebrities and subscribers.
Sure.
But for the few employees that actually get to go to a show like that, you do have to take a moment and go like, it's cool to work for a company where this can get pulled off.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
The fact that they got them in that venue
Yeah.
is amazing. I'm surprised Guns N' Roses used an opening band. They didn't need an opening band for that show.
The Kills?
Yeah, they were good, but they didn't need that. Maybe Axl doesn't like to go on before 10. Like, that's obviously a timing thing with him.
Who went to you went to the Metallica show? They didn't use an opener,
No,
did they?
neither did McCartney, neither did Springsteen.
Yeah.
You just go on. You didn't
Yeah.
need an opening band there.
Maybe it's tougher because they're not starting early, so maybe it's tougher to start at 10:30 without an opening band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
they should have started at 8.
It's probably for the crowd. Like Sam just said, they don't want to go on at 8. Axl
Right.
likes going on late.
I'm surprised. Like, why?
It's just the way he's always been. He likes playing late.
He's a bit of a night owl.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he sleeps till 5 p.m. Who the fuck knows?
Probably does. Probably sleeps
So having
all
an
day.
opening band is good for the crowd
Right.
because now you're not sitting there for 4 hours. You're, at least 30 to 40 minutes of that.
Well,
is
Appetite
spent
for
watching the
Destruction
Kills.
was 87, right?
Yeah, 30
Yeah,
years
30
today.
years.
30 years today.
That was the
Wow.
only thing that struck me as odd, that they didn't make a huge. I figured that
At all.
it was so late that after midnight they would probably say something, because today is technically the 30-year anniversary of Appetite.
Yes.
So you would think that after midnight they'd be like, there it is, we're here for the 30 year. And they didn't do anything specific except be awesome and be Guns N' Roses.
They didn't even play any songs off Appetite.
Not one.
No.
No, did they do
Surprising.
Welcome to the Jungle? I don't remember.
No.
No.
Oh.
No, they did not.
It was all B-sides from Chinese Democracy.
Yeah, I mean, that's their best album.
How many songs off that did they do? They did Chinese Democracy.
They did a
Chinese
couple.
Democracy, they did better. I think they did a few. I think they did 1 or 2 more. It's not a great record, but there's some good songs on it.
But that's not none of the guys but Axl, though.
Right. But, they learned the songs and they play them when Axl wants to play them.
I
Right.
guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
that's what it is. Axl, like, that, I guarantee was part of the deal. Like, look, I want to play these songs as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. But it's like you just got to do what you.
That's it's so weird the way some musicians are with their set list. Like Jack White, that's probably why Meg White left the band and had to quit, because Jack White wouldn't work with a set list. He would just make it up on stage, and Meg would have to follow him. So like he'd just start playing something, and Meg would just have to know the entire catalog and be ready to do any song at any time.
Yeah, Pearl Jam's kind of like that. Like, they do have a set list planned out ahead of time, but there's always at least one or two scratches and substitutions that Eddie just does on the fly.
Eddie makes the call.
Yes, 100%.
Does Eddie play guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not all the time, but he plays guitar on some songs.
Because if you're just a vocalist, you can't just start singing a song, right?
So wait, Meg White
Or
just
does
left.
he?
Were they still together when she left the band?
Jack and Meg White?
Yeah.
You mean together?
Were they a couple?
They were no. They've been. I mean, they've been
No, they're brother and
divorced.
sister.
yeah. They're still brother and sister. They've been divorced IRL.
Oh.
Way before they got famous.
Maybe that's why she left the band.
Speaking of Jack White, do you know who the singer of The Kills?
Yeah, we were talking about that. She's in The Dead Weather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was awesome.
She was awesome. They were good. She's so hot.
Yeah.
I think she was standing behind us halfway through the show.
She
She was
might
on
have-
stage.
Not when she was.
No, I wonder if she was too.
Not when she was performing.
Yeah, she might have too.
I think she was standing behind us.
Drea Di Matteo was in the row right in front of us to the right. Holy fuck, did she look good?
She has a great bob.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh, is she sexy?
There were more celebrities there than there were at the Metallica concert.
I only saw her.
Well, there's Drea Di Matteo. I mean, there was Jason Biggs as a celebrity. Jason Biggs and Jenny Mollen.
I didn't see them.
He fucked a pie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Sofia Vergara was there.
Was she?
She was towards the front. She had better seats than us, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Joe Manganiello, Sofia Vergara's husband, who's a big actor.
Okay, I didn't see him.
John McEnroe was there.
I didn't see him. Where was he?
He had better seats than us too, which
That's
is
bullshit.
bullshit. Yeah, that's
Tony
fucked up.
Hawk was there.
Tony Hawk was there.
I don't know
Yeah,
what Tony Hawk looked like.
Tony Hawk had better seats than us, which is horseshit.
Well, he's got good video games.
I mean, had. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's-
Could you still put in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and do a couple ollies though?
I mean, I would if I had a system that played it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hook that PS1 up.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Um,
Hard Rock Johnny was there. Celebrities.
Well, yeah, you're a little off the Eddie Trunk, but we know Eddie.
yeah.
Don Jameson.
Right now we're starting to stretch. I mean, Jim and me were there. You know, that's Ron
Yeah.
Bennington was there. We got to sit right across the aisle from
was he
Ron and
there?
Gail.
Yes, Ron and Gail.
Yeah.
Sat very close.
Yeah. I wonder if they did that so there was no inter-show rivalry, inter-promotional rivalry.
I think there was.
that so like neither Ron and Gail nor Jim and Sam could be like, hey, why do they have better seats than us?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we were in the same row, separated by an aisle. But technically, they were in the center section, and we were in the left section.
No, you're in the left section.
So their seats were better.
Yeah, because they were more towards the center. Where
Right.
were you, Travis?
When I say dead center, Troy and I were dead center.
Of the poor person seats.
No. We're second row, lower balcony.
Okay, so
Are there
that's,
two balconies?
Yes, there's a lower and a middle.
Oh.
Second row, right in the center of the of the theater.
I didn't know there was two balconies. I thought there was only one.
Like the rows are 14 seats. We were seats 7 and 8.
yeah. I mean, I saw the photos you guys posted on the gram.
They were good.
Yeah, they were really good. They looked the photos looked amazing.
Axel didn't do a lot. They didn't do a lot of photos.
What do you mean? They didn't do? They
They
didn't.
didn't any photos.
They did no photos. There was no meet and greet because Axel got there 5 minutes before he went on stage.
I wonder if that's what the problem with the meet and greet was. He won't get there early.
Yeah. Well, look.
They could have done it after, but then the band is like, no, we don't probably want to do it after.
Well, who's gonna want it at 2:00 in the morning?
Fans would.
I guess.
For a photo with those three, I would have stayed.
I would have stayed too. Who am I kidding?
Fucking kidding me? For Axel / and Duff,
Yeah.
I would have stayed for that.
I would have been told the other guys to get out of the photo though.
Yeah, me too.
Just the three. Thanks.
Yeah.
You guys can go to bed. It's all good.
There were people outside offering hundreds of dollars for tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw somebody on Craigslist trying to sell one for $1,000. I don't know if he got any biters, but
He might. I mean, for that's a fucking rare ticket to see them in such a small
Yeah.
venue.
yeah. Maybe I should have sold my ticket.
No, because then you'd be faking it today.
Yeah.
Pretending.
I'd be like, yeah, great guys, huh? So what else did you guys think? What else?
Yeah, I mean,
Me
you could
too.
have just listened to the show and been like, yeah, that was great.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And the great thing is, it looked as good as it sounded, right, guys? You guys expand on that.
Jim, take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim,
Oh,
you take it
man.
from here.
But then I didn't go either. Oh, they sang like a lark. I could not believe how good Axl Rose sounded. I could not fucking believe it, man. His voice has really held up.
Was
God
there-
damn, and that's not an easy voice to hold up.
No, not at all.
He's not like a fucking crooner.
He was belting those songs out exactly like they're recorded.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And there were moments, I mean, you know, there are lots of songs where there are those moments where you're like, okay, what's Axl going to do to substitute his voice on that? You know those tricks where you drop an octave early so that you don't have to hit the high note
Yeah.
later? Like, I kept looking for like, okay, what's Axl going to do so he doesn't have to do this or that? No tricks.
Yeah.
No tricks. He actually was hitting those like
Didn't give it
notes.
to the crowd.
No, exactly.
He did a couple times, but it wasn't because he couldn't hit the notes. It seemed like that was just doing the way he was doing a couple of the songs, but it didn't seem like it was the cheating thing.
He held that long note in Welcome to the Jungle.
You Could Be Mine. Nailed that.
Yeah. That's the one that I was. That's the one that I was like. That I was watching, going, what's his trick here? What's he gonna do so he doesn't have to?
Yeah, I mean the whole entire band just sounds so tight.
They sounded great.
Yeah.
I really wish I would have seen Paradise City. I mean, I hate it, but I knew. I'm glad I left when I did. I was probably in bed when I played that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on YouTube or something.
I woke up this morning. I fucking felt like I was on heroin.
How come?
Just because I'm not used to going to bed that late. I'm not used to getting home 1:30. I was in bed by 2.
That's what heroin feels like.
Just sluggish.
Yeah.
Why do people do heroin? It sucks waking up on no sleep.
It's terrible.
That's what heroin feels like?
It makes you tired. Makes you vomit. Makes you tired.
Nobody should do heroin.
No, I know.
That's
the word has
dumb.
gotten out there. I'm surprised anyone who will,
There are other drugs that make you feel real good.
Yeah, but heroin really apparently makes you feel good after it makes you vomit.
Oh, after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you put it. All right. So maybe try it. see
You
if
have
it
to
works
throw
for
up.
you.
And and a weird day yesterday too. The singer from what was his name from Lincoln Park
Lincoln Park, Chester Bennington.
hangs himself. Same as Cornell.
Yeah, that was a shocker. And on Cornell's birthday, people are wondering if there's a connection because Chester was friends with Chris Cornell, I guess. I wasn't a Lincoln Park fan. I kind of thought they sucked, but they were.
That first record, dude.
It was huge.
Like,
Don't get
I
me
won't
wrong.
listen to it now,
No.
but when it came out,
Yes.
that record was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, they were like, they actually, to me, were one of, if not the only band, unless you consider Rage rock rap, which I don't, but Linkin Park added credibility to rock rap as the genre was like shifting into, this is embarrassing.
They were polished rock rap.
Yeah, but it wasn't like,
Well, you don't think what's his name? Fred Durst added.
Oh, I thought that was just a given.
Yeah, at one point they did.
but when you look back, like Linkin Park, even people would think that they were like, yeah, Linkin Park sucks. They're not my band. They were never like, ugh, Linkin Park. They weren't that sort of douche band that, like, if a person said that they liked Linkin Park today, what's Fred Durst's band? Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
If a person said they liked Limp Bizkit today, it'd be like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about? But if they said they like Linkin Park today, it's like, okay, yeah,
yeah, all right,
and they're
okay.
still putting out new music, and it's like, yeah, I get that.
My old agent handled those guys for many years.
Yeah.
Pete. Yeah. So he's probably. I'm sure he knew this guy pretty well. I don't think we ever interviewed him.
No, I don't remember it, but he was, yeah, they were really, really good at what they did, and he was good.
I wasn't a fan of the band, but I mean,
No,
it's,
I mean-
it's a shame.
I remember he, for a little bit, sang with Stone Temple Pilots when Scott
Yes.
Weiland left.
Yes, he did, and people had good reviews about it.
Yeah.
People were happy about it. And some people, like on Twitter, I was reading, there were people who had no clue. I guess because it's a generational thing. They had no clue about anything Linkin Park ever did, but the Stone Temple Pilot stuff that Chester did, they were aware of, and he did really well. He was very talented,
Yeah.
super talented.
What is it with these guys hanging themselves too, man?
I don't know, man.
I wonder if he did it the same way Robin Williams did it, the same way. I think Cornell did it, where they're kind
yeah, on the doorknob.
of because this way you can back out if you want to. You know what I mean? Like if you're standing or kneeling.
Like you said, when the Cornell thing first happened, it's like that sort of, I want to see, like, you're just in this dark place where you want to see what it feels like. but
You've been through that scenario many times. You've done that many times. You've stood up every other time. This is just the only time you just didn't stand up.
Right.
I didn't know he had a history of depression, either one of those guys, though. I don't know much about either band.
Well, it's also like to hear that a rock frontman struggles with depression is not like, oh my God, if only we had known.
Yeah.
Every rock frontman.
They're all nuts.
Any rock frontman that doesn't struggle with depression is a phony and is uninteresting.
Or there's something wrong with them. There is something wrong with them.
Yeah. I think that's right.
They're all fucked up on some level.
Yeah.
You got to be a flake to be a lead singer.
Yeah, you do. But people were surprised by this because it's not like, look, Linkin Park were not the Linkin Park of old, but they were also still in that, as relevant as a band could be in that genre. They were still a relevant rock band.
They still played huge venues.
Yes, and they just put out a new record. Like, they still put out new music. And every now and then they would come up with something that got top 40 airplay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I heard about them for years, and they still seemed relevant. Again, I didn't listen to them even when they came out like 90 in the late 90s.
90,
early
99.
Yeah,
Yeah.
late 90s, but early. They were. I associate them with the early 2000s.
They were a big. We did interview them once, I think, on the red carpet, the MTV Music Awards when we went with Opie and Anthony. This is when Mick Jagger came over and stupid lady Diane Marion chased him away.
They really,
Mick, hey Mick, and he fucking just walked away.
they really had that ability, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just chase, but just scare people off. Linkin Park, they were huge on their own, and then they put out the Jay-Z mashup LP that they did.
That sucked.
Yeah, I
don't remember that.
It was when mashups were just starting to be a thing, and it sold a ton, and like people were super
huge.
The single was big, but it was also, I mean, they were just really smart to jump on that thing together and just put something out. But I found because I don't like Linkin Park, I found myself like listening to the Jay-Z parts and being like, all right, but let's get back to the Jay-Z part.
And they've been playing it now since he passed, and I've been listening to it. And I'm like, this is awful.
Well, to today's standards, right? Because the technology and what is conceptual to do has changed so much, right?
Yes.
Like that passed as electronic music technically then, because you were mashing two things up, but it wasn't really taking advantage of what you can do with electronic music. Right? Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like when you're doing something that at the time part of the popularity is the technology behind it, like, oh, this has just never been done before, it may not.
It has a shelf life.
Up. Yeah, exactly.
Some Bill from Yonkers is saying, we'll let Bill say, because I didn't know this. So there might be a tie-in, yes. Hello?
Hey, how are you guys?
Okay.
Bennington sang at Chris Cornell's funeral and was also a godfather to one of his children.
So they were obviously very close.
Yeah.
He sang Hallelujah.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Did he sing like at a black church, like Hallelujah?
No, not like that. The song.
Oh, I thought he just sang
Leonard
words.
Cohen song.
Oh, that's a good song too.
But why would you do it the same way your friend did it a couple months later? That's really...
Especially like, dude, he's got 6 kids.
He was super fucked up though. Like,
yeah, well, so was Cornell.
Chester?
Cornell had kids too. It's like you have kids. You got to fucking.
Yeah, but I think
more.
I think he was a little more fucked up. Like he's talked in the past about how he was like molested at like 7.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And that really, really, really fucked him up and kept fucking him up.
That bums people out.
Yeah, he was a super alcoholic. He had lots of substance abuse problems. I think he was in a worse place continuously than Chris Cornell was.
Well, he was also bummed out because he had to announce to his audience that his name wasn't Chaz; it was Chester.
Ow.
And he never. I mean, that's not cool.
Why would they call him Chaz?
No, that was just.
Did he play D&D?
Yes, from the movie Airheads. The lead singer of the band, Chaz, has to stand up. He's like, "My name's not Chaz, it's Chester." But then he gets support.
That works out.
Because he was a nerd in high school, and then the rock fans were also. I played D&D too.
Stuttering John said he masturbated.
Right. I used to masturbate constantly.
I never saw that.
Airheads is a great movie. It's a great movie. I mean, it's hard to believe that a guy with 6 kids, an ex-wife, and a current wife, he's not a failure at his craft. It's hard to say that he's a failure in his personal life if he's married. If he bounced back from his failed marriage to a successful marriage and has 6 kids, like it's hard to say he's a failure there.
Even if you're bad in your personal life, when you still have 6 kids, that's a fucking... That's a big deal to hang yourself.
You have to have...
Dude, depression is just so dark.
That's what it is.
So dark, where you don't even care about anything other than, I just don't want to be here.
Yeah,
right now.
it doesn't make it. There's no logic to it.
Yeah, I don't think we can understand the logic that's in their heads.
That's why I don't That's why I don't like people being like, "Oh, he probably did it because he was sad about Chris Cornell dying." It's like, no, it's like the severity of the mental illness of depression that he was dealing with had to be insane because
it's also you feel like people will be better off without you. Like you feel like, oh my God, it won't matter. I'm not hurting them by doing this. I'm a worthless fucking disaster. They will be much, and you start to think nobody will grieve you. It's like they're not even gonna care. So what am I doing? It's a whole stupid thing. I get that mentally, but it's still with kids.
You're like, Chester, dude, you were at Chris Cornell's funeral. Hella people grieved him. Hella people are gonna grieve you too, dude.
Yeah.
Or whatever comes next is better than what's right here.
Right.
Every girl I've ever dated has said
that. Like you mean in the afterlife or whatever that is?
Whatever it is. If there's an afterlife, if it's nothing, it's going to be better than what's going on right now.
The afterlife is the only escape to this hell.
Yeah, and
that I'm living.
I mean, I totally get it. I mean, it's just a dark, dark place.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and people don't understand it because people who are not famous, like, you know, like, I guess like Jim and me, for instance.
Yeah.
Like you
guys
who aren't famous like us, I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Jim and I would be the example. Like I'm sure there's people listening at home going like, "Oh, what must it be like to live a fabulous day in the life of Jim Norton or Sam
At
Roberts?"
home, I mean,
Bigger celebrities. Yeah, we kind of do get to really live the life.
Yeah, and I get where people would think that, but
Yeah, I mean, you're in a place
yeah,
where you could take cabs for 2 blocks if you want to.
Sure.
it was nothing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called the ride of the coward. You took the ride of the coward, yeah.
But like, I think part of it too, and it's 100% depression. But people think that if they get famous or successful, or they sell 1 million records, or whatever it is, or are looked at, I mean, they were looked at as the best at what they did.
Yeah.
In terms of that genre of music, they're the only ones left. Like, they escaped that era. And they're not Smash Mouth, and they're not Limp Bizkit, and they're not these bands that, you know, sorry, it's embarrassing.
No, they were still very successful.
They were still very successful, and it's not...
They held a fan base.
And they're not embarrassing. Linkin Park is not an embarrassing band, right? So people like work and work and work to get there, especially people probably who are struggling with what he was struggling with, thinking like, oh, if I can just be successful at music, if I can just sell out this venue, if I can just sell this many records, I'll be better. I'll be fine. And then you get it done. You accomplish the goals, and you sit in your hotel room and you feel exactly the same. Like, that has to do really, really dark things to you. That's where I think when you do these amazing things that everybody in the world would be envious of.
Yes.
And you're sitting alone and you don't feel any differently, and you're not getting a high from it anymore, and it's just not happening. That, I think, is when you start to get to the point where you're like, there's no escape.
Yeah, you do. And I've felt that way before. I've gone through that misery. Again, I don't have kids, but where you literally think that I have. The only reason you don't do it has nothing to do with people. It's because you're scared of the process of doing it.
Yes.
But
You're
those are
afraid
also
of
specifically related to your crowd sizes. Like, I would also be depressed if I looked out in the audience and saw just a smattering of people there.
That's a good point. It really is while I'm talking to it's while I'm talking to strangers. I say that usually as I'm saying thank you guys for coming. I'm like, wow, that beam would support me. But it's not. It's something that you do not.
Just looking at your comedian stool, and you're like, I could sit on it, but what if I stand on it and just put this lasso around the ceiling right there? What is that light fixture?
Yeah, they think it's part of the show. They wouldn't interrupt what I'm doing.
I need an audience volunteer. Who wants to come kick out the stool, huh?
And it's like, all right, I need less volunteers. Because I imagine there'd be quite a long line.
Oh, yeah. That's what they come for.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you do get that. And it's such a crazy, irrational thing. And nothing, it's almost like you can feel it starting. It's a weird thing, like when you go through something and you try to catch yourself, like, don't go down this road. Like, you'll get a negative thought, like something bad will happen that confirms, okay, I'm worthless.
Yeah.
Like, you audition for something, you don't get it, or whatever the fuck it is in someone's life. And then it happens and you're like, don't go off this cliff. And then you start to spiral and you start to see evidence of it in everything.
Yes.
And you spiral and you're like, it's never going to get better. And then you can really put yourself in a pit very fast, especially if you're getting high and you're fucking, you know what I mean? And you're sitting there in a bottle, like, it's terrible.
Well, it's really easy for your brain to trick you into going down that path. Like, you have to actively and consciously fight to create a perspective that's positive. Like, that's not a natural thing. And, like, especially if you're smart. Like, you know, I think if you're a person with a certain level of intelligence, you see things clearly enough to not lie to yourself into just thinking that everything is good and everything you do is great. Like, that I think that being self-critical is something that smarter people tend to do. And when I see somebody who's like doing well and they're just super happy about everything, I think they're either lying or stupid.
Yeah,
like, that's what I think of them.
But I think you're right. But you also go the other way, though, is by lying to yourself and saying that everything is bad, and lying to yourself and that everything is terrible.
Right.
So that's also very bad.
And sometimes everything is not as terrible as we think it is.
No.
Sometimes where we thought there there was no light at the end of the tunnel, there appears a shining light. You know what I mean? Sometimes we think when we're faced with the impossible, it all of a sudden becomes possible.
It
Have
does.
you ever noticed that?
Yeah, I figured you'd want that one. Whichever one you want. I figured you'd want that one, but I could be wrong. Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
Sometimes the things you never thought would happen, all of a sudden, just kind of happen.
So you weren't at the Guns N' Roses show last night. How come?
He's not talking to me.
Jimmy!
Oh my God!
Finally!
Sam Roberts!
Look who's here!
Travis! Troy!
My God!
Oh my God!
The survivors.
Yes.
That's why I've been so quiet this first part of the break, because we knew we had. Scott came up to me last night. I saw Andrew Moss last night, and he goes.
Rolling Stones don't gather him.
Fuck yeah!
Oh my God!
Fuck yeah! They don't. Oh boy, are people going to be disappointed in this reunion?
This is not what we were expecting.
No, it's not. But it couldn't have worked out better. It's going to be 2 hours and 40 minutes to chip.
Oh no!
So we got the approval. I found out last night at the show from Andrew, and then I saw Scott, and he goes, "Okay, Anthony can come in."
That's awesome.
The first thing I did, I literally got the approval. I didn't check security. I just texted Ant, "Come tomorrow." Like I was like a fucking, like, you're the girl who's finally gonna fuck me, so I'm driving over at midnight.
And it's just amazing how things change, because right after that, you know, Scott came over to me while you were in the bathroom, and he goes, "We good?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Anthony tomorrow, Cumia tomorrow?" I was like, "Yep." And he goes, "Great."
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
He was psyched.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so
Very cool.
security
3 years in the waiting.
It's been a bit. See, we wanted you just to start talking to start the show.
Yeah.
But security hadn't been told yet, and that's what this whole 45-minute holdup was. We just had to get Scott.
No signal had been sent.
No shock jock was permitted in.
Oh, yeah. Security at the desk in the front, they're pretty good.
They are.
They, because Keith came with me, of course, Keith Maresca, and like they give him the pass, and then they're typing out. They got my ID, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to need a supervisor." I'm like, those computers, they get you every time.
They keep records, don't they?
They do keep I thought it was just going to be like if the wanted poster's still on the wall, there's a problem, but it wasn't, so I thought it would be okay.
Do you know what I thought of doing? I thought this occurred to me on the way in today.
No.
I thought, like, maybe Travis
Shooting yourself?
No, that occurred to me when I got the yes. I thought maybe we should put Anthony Cumia with an N.
Oh my God!
And then that way they'd see the name. They'd be like, "Oh, misspelling."
I thought of that. Can we make it a little cooler in here, Troy? I turned the heat on when I came in.
Oh well, when I walked in. Oh my God! Yeah, so we were down there for a little while, getting the security thing taken care of, and then we got the word, and I took the elevator up with Roland.
Yeah.
And we got to speak with Roland a little bit.
What's your
Wow. Holy shit. There is some
Yeah. A little chat with Roland, did you?
Catching up.
Boy. And what's his
take
name?
long,
Paul,
did it?
right?
Yeah.
Roland and Paul.
Paul came down to get you?
No, Paul came down to nonstop tell me how shitty everything was for so long. It was fantastic. He really, just venting.
Did Paul let it all out?
Oh yeah.
You're like, I haven't even made it past security.
No,
yet.
I'm in the lobby, and this is already
I'm not upstairs.
Oh my God! And Roland just
Yeah,
fantastic.
Roland's a good small talker because he always has to hang out with people outside.
Yeah.
So when Roland is like in an awkward moment, he just kind of spills his guts.
It's a lot of guts.
Sure is.
It was great. It was great.
So it took you an elevator ride and a trip in the lobby. Do you feel like you're fully acclimated back here? You've now got just more gossip than you know what to do with.
I got all the gossip. I'm up to speed.
Yeah.
I'm sitting, pretty much where I used to sit.
Yes.
And I'm in. A lot of work being done up here, though.
Yeah.
You see that? Like, there's nobody back there. It's, look at that.
We should, of course.
I see all friendly faces.
Everybody wants to say hi.
Everyone wants to say hi.
How you doing?
How are you, Paisan? How's everything?
There he is, Dennis Falcone, getting
Nice to see you.
weirdly close.
Falcone.
Oh, Denny,
It is very weirdly
And not
close.
sure if he should hug or
Yeah,
handshake.
I didn't know what I should do there. A
Denny
hug or
didn't know what to
handshake.
do. Every once in a while, his autism will rear its ugly head.
Every once in a while, 24 hours a day. Oh, that's great. You know, just the other day on my program, I had a shirt that I had to change, and the only one was a Dennis Falcone shirt. So I wore that.
House burned down?
Yeah. It was, and your face just right there on the shirt.
I saw
That's the
that.
same
That
thing
was really
Chester
nice.
Bennington was wearing.
Too soon.
Oh, that's sorry. Oh my God! Yeah, Lincoln Park guy, right?
So what,
oh, that's terrible.
What do you think of the new studio?
Yeah,
been
you
back
haven't
here.
seen it.
It was a different color. I mean, it is really. I find insulting that you were one of the guys that helped make this studio into something
Absolutely.
important. And not only do they throw you out, they do construction so that your position no longer
It
exists.
no longer even exists.
Yeah.
Yes, it's there's no way anybody could sit there. Well, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
changing the Sanites in here. You know, the logos on the wall.
Well,
Sanitez?
yeah.
No one knows what that means.
I don't know what that. You could have just said the logos.
Sanitez. What's he say? Sanitez, I'm going to bring you gifts.
Home run, Chipper.
Thanks a lot, then.
Home run. Yeah, wallpaper, Sanites,
Right, no, got it.
paneling.
I don't know what that
So,
is.
yeah.
Logos on the wall would have worked.
But you like that they hung your jersey up.
I like that up in the rafters.
Right.
They raised that the old T-shirt up into the rafters. I'm very happy about that.
Now, when you see, when you're on the outside, because I remember, when you first got fired, you were watching the construction happening, and it almost felt like, because I would watch your show, and
Yeah.
it felt like you were it looked like it was such great stuff because you weren't here. Now that
Yeah.
you're in the room.
Yet nothing's been done.
No,
It looks pretty the same.
Literally paint on the wall.
Yeah.
And a different console.
That's right.
For the most part, but just color wise, really.
And the rugs. Do you recognize the rugs being different or no?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, no?
No, I noticed nothing.
Oh.
Travis is behind the glass still. It's
So
just,
normally he's laying under it.
Sitting on top of it.
no, it's good. It's familiar, and I see Jim Norton back behind the board.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a weird thing, but
Yep.
it's funny because I'm so used to seeing Anthony on my left, which no one's ever said that before.
No, that's true.
But usually I sit where Denny is, and Anthony would be on my left. So seeing you but it's
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
that odd, I guess, because I've seen you so many times on the in the Chip podcast.
Yes.
Looking at each other across, it
Back
becomes
and
more
forth.
normal.
And it was easy for you to go over there. You just had to turn the stool over. See, because
I liked it, my hiney.
Yeah.
You know what he meant, Sam?
oh. Denny.
Yeah, no, I knew. Yep.
Oh, Denny. What happened? They ripped all your stuff out over there, Dennis Falcone.
Yeah.
Where
Let
are
me-
you based?
Wait till you hear this. Tell him, Denny. Tell him he don't sit in a cubicle anymore.
No, he kneels in one.
wasn't rock.
I'm in an office now.
It wasn't rock and roll enough. You got an office?
I got an
Wow.
office.
Is it office or is it just Les Nessman tape around there?
There's two other people in there,
Yeah, so it's a third of an office.
Oh,
but I still have a door,
That's right.
even though it's a glass door.
That's right.
So
Oh, did you put up pictures of family and friends and rock and roll memorabilia?
I have some pictures in there.
Yeah.
I have some things.
Any prized possession?
I have
you and Keith Moon or something.
No, I have a picture of Sonny Bono with me.
I wish you had fucking. I wish you had an appointment on the slopes with him. I couldn't get that one out fast enough. I just wanted you to die skiing.
Yes, of course.
Right, I got that.
Of course.
Right.
Well, a prized
I have
possession.
some old Opie and Anthony bumper stickers.
What?
T-shirts. Oh,
Yeah.
I have
I've
a bunch
seen
of
those
stuff
things
too.
pop up.
Yeah, I have weird old O&A fucking like these giant banners. I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything. When they're the cartoon characters, when you
Yeah,
guys like the
yeah.
animated things, I'm like,
We, I guess the other day they were cleaning up and found a bunch of stuff, and Iraq sent some stuff over.
The Nagel was cleaning up, and he was trying to give it away on his radio show account. Like, it
Yeah.
was like the office stuff for your radio show was prizes on his radio show.
Oh boy,
That's bad.
And then he got caught. And so then he sent stuff to you. I think that's how it worked out.
Yeah. I didn't. I didn't even want it. Like,
Of course
I'm
not.
not a guy that's like, oh, I need that memorabilia or any of that shit. I'm the move on guy.
yeah, you certainly are.
move the fuck on. Oh,
I saw Ant the day after. I remember. I want to say it was the day after you got fired. It was like the July 4th party of 2014.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you all right? I thought it was you. There was like 100 people at your house, and you're like, fine, I'm gonna do it from my house, and like you were fine.
yeah,
like,
that was it.
You
It was
recover
just,
immediately.
Like, you had to just kind of move on after that. I was pretty disappointed that I got the boot. It was it's a fun gig. I mean, coming in here and sitting with the likes of James Norton, and just laughing our asses off on a daily basis was a great gig.
Yeah,
You don't have to build shit. You just come in, you laugh with your buddy, and you go home and you get
go home.
money.
I'm not on a roof. I'm not swinging a hammer.
Right.
And then that goes away, and you're kind of like, oh shit. Now what?
Were you scared or just kind of bummed?
Bummed mostly.
Yeah.
But then when me and Keith started building up the whole compound thing, it was scary because there's so much. Like for years, all I did was show up,
right?
And sometimes I didn't even do that. but it was one of those things where it was like, fuck, this is now I got to deal with certain things, and I'm not
You're
used
the
to
boss.
it. Yeah,
at the place,
so to speak.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for fucking Maresca, though, he's the enforcer. Because I'm the guy that's like, okay, all right, whatever. And did that for 20 years. And it was, and Keith is the guy that'll get on the phone and be like, hey, prick, fucking, something isn't working. Well, we're fixing it. No, fix it.
Yeah.
Like, I need that kind of an enforcer kind of a guy. So between the two of us, over the course of the years, we really built something pretty cool. So
it really is cool, especially like when you look at it now. It's only been 3 years, and it's like an entire network with a bunch of shows, and it's got like you got a legit, beautiful space in the city.
Yeah, in the city. It's like it started out. Yeah, me and Keith in my basement.
Yeah,
and 3 years later, it's really it's
a legitimate thing.
Legit.
It's really
cool. Just it's very cool. We got a lot of things happening too in the fall. Some big announcements to be made. Oh,
is that
boy.
right?
Yeah.
Can we get any hints?
Gonna be pretty insane. So, but I don't want. Oh, Keith. Now look, see what I told you.
Hang on, Keith. Jim is not the quickest on the board.
Oh, please, he's all potted up.
Potted up.
The whole gang's potted up.
Usually, Jim has to count out loud when he's turning on the microphone.
Right.
I do.
Now remember, you did sign a non-disclosure before you came in today.
Keith made me sign a non-disclosure agreement for my own company.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be like, oh, he's got to sign a non-disclosure.
No. But yeah, coming the end of August, we're going to make an announcement. We do have a co-host for Anthony Cumia.
What?
Yeah. Contract is signed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
Yep. That's going to be the big announcement.
it'll be
One of them.
August 21st. We're going to announce it.
And,
August 21st.
Denny, you don't want to just admit it now?
No, I can't.
You're the guy.
The Anthony and Denny show, and you know how long we had to argue over whether it was going to be the Denny and Anthony show?
The Denny and Anthony actually sounds better. He's like,
Denny
no,
and
it sounds
Anthony.
more like Opie and Anthony. Denny and Anthony. There's a Y in the Anthony.
Yeah, and then
We're only announcing it August 21st because he actually doesn't get paroled until I think October.
Okay. All right, so August 21st, the announcement.
Well, let me ask this: has this person? Does he currently or has he ever worked at or for SiriusXM?
Currently has or has. He might have.
that's good.
He's been in the building.
Good answer.
Okay, all right, that's something.
Oh, wow.
That's something.
Yeah.
He's been in the building. Okay,
that could be a lot of people.
Well, yeah, no,
OJ. Oh, he would be a great co-host.
He sure would. You'd have a lot to relate to.
Let me give you some pointers, Anthony. I'll tell you where you slipped up.
OJ and Anthony and their conflict-free lives.
Yes, conflict-free. Did you watch the
No,
probation hearing?
I forgot about it. I was doing so. I think I was in the gym actually, but I saw it on Drudge when I came back. I totally
Nice slipping that in, by the way. I think I was at the gym.
Yeah. I think I was getting a pump on.
Yeah.
I incorrect. I was cruising in the locker room. Yeah, no, I forget what I actually forgot that he was doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I slipped my mind.
I went right back into 1994, baby. I was locked in.
Didn't it feel like that again?
Was it live? They were showing the video.
Yes.
Yeah. I never thought they could even do that. Like, I thought a parole hearing, because you'd never see anybody's parole hearing on television. No one cares. But OJ is just fantastic. So seeing him sitting there and talking, it brought me right back
By the
to
way,
the old days.
Especially what a disaster the OJ trial was, being televised to the entire justice system.
Yeah.
You would think they would not televise anything else OJ does in a courtroom. Right?
But they just know people want to see it. And they did, you know. When I was watching that, seeing OJ, like I said, it brought me right back to the mid '90s, and he is just stupid. He's still very stupid.
Yes, right.
He can't. You know, I'm a huge fan of Columbo. The show Columbo.
Sure.
And the worst thing anyone can do on Columbo is talk too much.
My God.
Because it's always like, I just can't understand how they came in through the window when this, and they're like, well, obviously, Lieutenant, he came in here, and you're like, shut up, don't tell him anything. And OJ's sitting there, and it's like, well, I walked in, and he had a gun, and I was thinking, like, OJ, this is your fucking bro. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Say you're sorry.
Yes or no? Say you're sorry. And he couldn't blame himself. It was one of these things where everyone else was to blame. And it was, let me tell you something. I had nothing to do with trying to get my memorabilia back. And he blamed the entire room of people.
Well, they're all a bunch of assholes.
Wow, everyone
They're all
but
a bunch
him.
of- exactly. It was that, and I'm watching this just going like, oh my God, shut up, OJ. But then they let him out.
Yeah,
They did.
Well, they had paroled him on. I didn't know that they paroled him on the other ones too. So
Right.
they did kind of seem like they were going to, and like 9 years for that type of thing is probably enough.
but he killed 2 people.
Yeah, he did.
See,
That's not what. Actually, he's responsible for the death of the 2 people.
Oh.
In a civil sense.
in a civil lawsuit, he was responsible for the death.
But he's not actually guilty of killing them criminally.
Yeah,
You see?
isn't that hilarious?
It's great.
Jesus.
Which
And he wants to do a podcast.
he should.
He wants to do a webcast and maybe a vlog.
A vlog.
I would watch OJ's vlog.
Yeah.
Who the hell wouldn't?
I'm like, who wouldn't want to watch a vlog?
Oh my God.
I would definitely watch it. I mean, it's easy to say I wouldn't, but I'd watch it.
Right,
would
you'd
watch
have
it.
to watch that.
Yeah.
Were you watching? I was watching the CNN feed of it, and you know they took a.
Did they talk about how Trump was responsible for OJ killing those people?
They did.
Yeah.
When they took a break, though, and then they came back to explain their verdict.
Yeah.
You know, they. I don't know if all the feeds had it, but they had OJ live, and his mic was on, but he didn't necessarily know he was live.
Oh shit!
And it was like he didn't say anything terrible, but it was amazing that after a murder trial, after an FX series about what a piece of shit he was, after a 10-hour documentary about what a piece of shit he became, and 9 years in jail,
Yeah.
he was still life of the party, owning the room.
Oh yeah.
OJ, host.
When you saw him, they said he was 90 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That one was like, oh yeah, well you're 90, and then he's like, she was like, oh 70. He's like, well, I feel 90, and the room's like, give it up, let's give it up for OJ. One more time for OJ.
You might recognize OJ if you ever scooped the throat off a walk.
Somebody also pointed out that like the parole officers, or I mean whoever makes those the judgments, I don't know what they're called. One of them was wearing a Kansas City Chiefs tie.
Chiefs tie.
And they were like, OJ didn't technically play for the Chiefs, of course, but just that he's that big of a football fan is a little
odd,
It's
right?
A little weird.
You would think, if he had a Bills tie, that would really be a problem. I was thinking, was there any instance, because I don't know football from a fucking, was there an instance where the Bills maybe got defeated at some point by the Chiefs? Was
No,
he trolling?
he said
OJ?
he just wanted to keep the mood light.
Oh, did he
Yeah,
really?
when you
Yeah,
have a
that's
murderer when you have a murderer in the room that you're releasing to the
Yeah.
public, you want to keep a
Let's
good
keep the mood light.
mood.
We don't want people to start thinking of the people he almost beheaded. who wants to think of that bummer? Hey, I don't want to be the mayor of Bummer City when we have the double murderer here.
Look, I got my little tie. Why didn't he have one of those bow ties that spin around like Pee-wee? That would have been great. We're going to allow you to get a...
Not a parole hearing. OJ's parole hearing.
OJ.
The people that throats were slit were almost beheaded.
Yeah.
That's how bad
It was a bad one.
I guess the Browns and Goldman family was a little upset.
Fred Goldman
about
is
that. Fred.
just so upset.
How many times does he have to get that upset in his life?
You know,
Was he upset again publicly, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's watching it like, what the fuck?
How do you let this motherfucker out? He's got to be infuriated.
Yeah.
You know this guy killed your son.
Yeah.
And there he is, like, constantly getting a break. I
Yeah.
mean, 9 years in prison doesn't sound like a break, but when you kill 2 people, that
it's
ain't
a break.
bad.
It's a break.
That's a break.
It's one of the great. If you're convicted of murder, it's the best case scenario.
Oh my God!
But it's rare that you get away with double murder and then fuck up over a signed football.
Yeah,
like what a dope.
Only OJ.
Now, doesn't he owe money to the 2 families?
Every dollar he makes, they get.
They
Except for
say
his
it's up,
pension.
they say it's up to 50
which
million
is
now.
which is where all his money comes from, the pension. But as far as, because think about it, OJ could sell some crazy memorabilia.
Yeah.
Like he could just sign things. I picture an assembly line of like football helmets that he just puts on, takes off, puts on, takes off, and he signs it, worn by OJ.
He could sign knives and people would buy them.
But could you
OJ
imagine?
signed knives.
You think that would be, do you think people would have a problem with that?
They'd have a problem. You know what though? You'd have a hard time finding people who would sell it, like legit sellers.
Yeah.
Like it'd be hard to get people.
Memorabilia sellers are scumbags.
His
a lot
stuff
of them.
doesn't do that well. OJ stuff does not do that well at memorabilia stuff. He does okay.
You
Yeah,
don't think
it really doesn't.
Steiner Sports would sell a knife?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He'd sell blood from the murder scene like it was dirt from Yankee Stadium. Just sprinkling it into picture frames and whatnot.
Yeah, we get a piece of blonde hair matted to it.
As long as I get to hear the Rivera cardboard mitt story again.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, Jesus. So, you know, when he was growing up in, where was he? Where was he?
Panama.
Yeah, well, he used to use a piece of cardboard taped to his hand as a mitt. That's how dedicated
Why
he
not
was.
a glove? You didn't like that story?
Oh, I liked it the first 3 times, maybe.
Yeah, he did tell it a lot.
I just kept telling it.
But they said, that, when OJ was first going through his trial, they used to, he was locked up, obviously.
Yeah.
And they would bring pieces of footballs, not like full footballs, but just like panels.
Yes.
It wasn't deflated. It was just the leather panel. And he
Would they squirrel him in, rolled up their ass? Is that how they get him into the joint?
They put him in a cake. But he would just sit there signing football panels, like panel after panel, and that's how he paid for
What a
his
brilliant way to
lawyers.
do it. And then you put the panel, you sew it back onto a football. It's such a smart way to do it.
Or they bring the number of a jersey.
Yeah.
Have him sign the number and then sew the number on the jersey.
I never would have thought of that. That's such a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
I'd be trying to get full footballs in.
Into the joint.
Just holding them under your arms.
Up your ass. Your problem would be it would keep falling out. And it never ends.
It does. Rings us through every time.
Right up where we left off.
And boy, I got to say, in the next couple of weeks, let's just say we might have pre-taped. I just want to say that there is on one of the upcoming Chipper podcasts. Wow, is there a barbaric line? Wow,
that is so much fun, man. I look forward to doing those, Jimmy.
It's so great.
much fun. We laugh our asses off. I love doing it. Yeah, last night was a lot of fun.
Yeah, one is out Sunday and then one's out the week after, but there was a
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. And again, right back where we were. Like that's exactly.
When did you stop being mad at Sirius? As a company.
About 8:40 this morning.
Is it? No, as a company. After a while, you get some perspective on everything that happened, and you could kind of step away and look at the overall picture, and you kind of like, yeah, all right, I see what they did here.
And it's probably easier that your network's successful. So you can look at it from that
that's
lens.
another thing. Like I have complete freedom to do and say whatever the hell I want at any moment, and that's proven because I've recently been kicked off of Twitter.
Right.
My Twitter account is is permanently suspended. So I went with at Anthony Cumia XYZ.
How did you get fired from the thing that got you fired?
Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, I never got suspended from Twitter for writing the stuff that got me fired from here.
Yeah.
But then I got suspended from Twitter.
Twitter was cool with it.
Twitter was fine.
They weren't here.
Twitter's just gotten weird. Like they've done that to a few people. They've gotten very. They've just changed their. I guess the bigger they've gotten, they've kind of just changed their MO. Or whatever.
I was actually sticking up for my good friend Jimmy Norton.
That's right.
There was an article written by some slob, and
oh come on, he still works here.
No, he doesn't.
Wow, Falcone!
That was in the chamber for a long time.
Oh my God, Falcone! Oh
Mic
Jesus!
drop.
That was a good one.
Yeah, way to go, buddy.
Fucking Denny doesn't play games.
Yeah,
No,
some witch. She wrote some article about Opie getting fired.
Yes,
and her take on Jimmy and myself on there was wrong. So Jimmy was like, you wrote something cordial.
I wrote, Madam, your article was poorly researched, because she said that, like, when Anthony got fired, that frequent guest Jim Norton was brought on.
Yeah,
like,
frequent guest.
Like, not that you have to know the whole history of the show, but like you understand that I wasn't just a guy that they chose. But all right, you'll sit, Nancy. Ant was never replaced.
Right.
He was never replaced.
I mean, the show was named Opie and Jim Norton, or
Opie
and
with
Jimmy,
Jim
or
Norton.
Opie with Jim.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, depending on
Jimmy wanted.
Well, depending on, I remember at one point the show name, I believe, changed 4 times in one day. But
Holy shit!
Yes,
I was out of town, and so I wasn't here looking at all the gossip and just looking at Twitter and just watching the name change.
What is the name of this thing?
Oh yes,
Great.
I was having a meltdown, screaming at Paul. I was trying to erase my name off the fucking television screen, off all this. What do you call those things?
The Chiron?
No, the wall.
The Sanitez.
Sanitez. Thank you.
Sanitez.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Fuck
Sanitez.
yeah.
Wallpaper.
They do that Black Magic Woman song.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
God damn.
I've been car
Gets it all wrong.
I love it. So I decided to write something a little more direct to her.
Yeah.
As you tend to do.
Yeah. I said I said that what's more it would be more embarrassing than the article you wrote to be, and then I wrote something about a fat tranny looking man woman with period red
You're very
blood
descriptive.
hair.
Yeah. Very-
It was just awful.
Period
Blood red hair.
That's like...
Because she was one of these fat girls that fucking dye their hair red. Like
now-
that bright red, so it's like, look at me. Oh, someone comments on my hair every day. Of course they do.
Because that's the change that needed to be made, right? Your hair color.
She just looks like a fucking zit ready to pop. Big fat zit. So she, I guess she got mad, and her little followers got mad and reported me, and Twitter saw that. And I was like, wait a minute, I didn't say she was. I said the story would be as embarrassing as if you were that.
Not to say you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
They didn't
You
buy
like
that.
Spider trying to talk his way out of it. No, I thought you said Spider.
No.
What am I on a fucking pay me no mind list? But
Yeah.
Twitter's gotten fucking very. They've axed a lot of accounts, and they've fucking they're just.
Yeah, if you think it's a forum for open discussion, Twitter, you're out of your fucking mind.
No, it's
not. And you know, they have rules, and if you break them, you're banished. And the fucked up thing is, it's been built up into a thing that everybody has, and you have your account, and then they can just take it away from you, and you're kind of left. I had this weird, like a lower version feeling of when I got fired.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, because I'd had that account for years. And
It's a medium you use to talk to your
the-
people.
yeah,
feeling
I had
of your
all the
voice being taken
followers
away.
and stuff like that over the course of 10 years or something like that. And then it was like, it's gone, and you're not in the club anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, they could really fuck with you with this whole thing.
when they can
And that's what
remove
they did,
your social voice, it's a weird
yes,
thing.
it really is, because they make it so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this is important. You check it every day. You're commenting. You know the people.
Have you written them? Sometimes if you write them and present your case,
Yeah, I said, hey, you fat fucking blood red. No,
that's probably the right way to do it.
I didn't. I didn't do that. No, I'm going to wait a little while and see if I can get
see if you
it
can write 'em.
But that's
reinstated.
That's their trick. Like, they spent years starts making it so that people, especially in entertainment, were reliant on them.
Yes.
And then they go, oh, by the way, you can't say anything bad about anyone that we like.
Yeah, we're just going to pull the rug out from under you. I'm going to start my own social media thing in my basement. See how that works. Hopefully it'll catch on.
You just call it Twit.
By the way, I hope that Twitter thing works, because I was thinking about filing a complaint. Because I got a whole bunch of angry replies from people who were upset with me because somebody named @AnthonyCumia XYZ was complaining on Twitter that I didn't follow them yet.
Yes. Yes, I was very upset at the likes of Sam Roberts.
Do I follow you? I think I wasn't sure if that was you. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Once I got suspended, permanently suspended, which is exiled, it's fired from Twitter. I was fired from Twitter. The imposters swooped in. The imposters.
Oh, no.
Anthony Cumia, they put the same picture I had, and then it was just awful stuff, on there. And I'm like, who's going to really believe that? I see people that used to follow me following the imposter. Like, no, you idiot. And then they're like, how do we know it's you?
Were you asking who's going to believe you were posting awful stuff?
Well, true. That should have been.
Fucking Travie.
Yeah.
Why would you stop?
Look at him go.
Home run, Travie.
Thanks.
By the way,
happy anniversary, Travis, by the way.
he's known now. And I don't want to, I know, but we do move forward.
Yes.
And he is now known as the Travis dog.
Oh, of course.
I think that went away.
No, it's still here.
You don't think I don't know that? Everyone knows that.
It's still very popular.
He's the Travis dog.
Yes, he is. He's the only one that the fans still like is Travis Taft.
Just give it time.
And where, pray tell, is the E-Rock?
Well, E-Rock is in charge of our channel.
Operations manager.
But I guess he's
operations manager?
He's in.
No, he's the operations
California.
model for the game.
jeez.
He's in Comic-Con.
Yeah, somehow he's managing our channel from San Diego
From
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Now, is this a show-related thing? Will he come back with all
Puppets
kinds of
and dolls and everything?
Dolls, yes, puppets.
Puppets.
What the hell? Puppets.
It's always a smart career move when the show that you're on gets taken off the air, and you're like, but I'm still going to Comic-Con though, right?
And you go,
that's
like, I want to get as far away from here without crossing an ocean as possible.
So is that what he's doing right now? He's in Comic-Con. Do you think he's doing all like work-related duties?
He's doing duties, I bet. Whether they're work-related or not.
He probably lets himself go as far as snacking on Comic-Con trips.
Do you think he cheats a little?
Burger.
He cheats a little on his diet?
He's on the West Coast,
Right now he's gnawing through a belt.
That's all right. He'll be back next week.
Next week.
Oh no! Wait, he's going to another Comic-Con.
What? Yeah, see, that's I thought too. When he became the full-time channel guy, I was like, great, we'll start having E-Rock on the air and get updates on the channel and stuff. And I was like, when can we get him on the air? And then the guys told me, they were like, well, you can't. He's in San Diego. He's at Comic-Con.
Oh my God!
We don't.
Why is he? Why would he do that?
We don't need coverage from Comic-Con.
It wasn't Sirius that sent him.
I think he's collecting stuff for the It's Eric Nagel show.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's professional, a professional trip.
Right.
He came over to my 4th of July party, which was great. Yeah. Because it was the party was way too up and fun and happy.
Oh, I see.
So he came in and evened it out a little bit.
Did he?
Brought everyone down a little bit.
Guess I didn't get the text for the party.
Falcone hits again. Stop the fight. Stop the fight.
Don't start that open invite shit either.
You have an open invite shit. No, we were talking actually. I would love for you to come on my program. And,
you said face wrong.
Boy, you couldn't get that out quickly enough, could you?
I'd love for that to have been an actual conversation that Ant and Keith had. Keith, you know what I'd love?
You know what I'd
Dennis
love?
Falcone to come on my
We
face.
were talking about Falcone and how he should come on the show and maybe spin some hot wax.
I'd like to do that.
On the program, like you used to on our program. We should figure that out.
Some fun.
Do a little party.
Yeah. I came to your house the night when you got fired.
When
I was there.
You were there.
Yeah. I came about midnight. Remember that giant fat guy who you didn't know where he came from?
Again, he's just in Comic-Con.
Florida. He's from Florida. We all know he's from.
I was going to go with. I just rode up with him in the elevator.
Don't. He'll tell on you.
No, that's right. I just took a video of him in the bathroom. We were laughing. I posted it. He loves it.
He loves that.
No, it was. You
didn't know
were
who
there.
it was.
Were you? You came to a party of mine and actually spun music.
And then the police came.
And the police came, right.
Yeah, we had a good
yes.
time.
What, Sting was there?
Oh, yeah, he was singing.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Rock fan.
But you were the perfect host. Like,
I try.
Yeah.
You want a burger? That's the perfect host. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
I tried to get Denny for my party. I did my first get-together July 3rd.
I saw that.
I did invite you. You were unavailable.
I know. I had guests at my
you had a whole
house
week
at the
long.
time. Yeah.
But I tried to get Denny to spin at mine too, but he was already booked.
I had a gig.
Your house, your place looks gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it looked very nice. Everybody seemed to be having a lot of fun.
Yes, I would love you to come over.
I would love to.
You should see it with the outdoor camping chairs in the living room, like any good party has.
I saw the pictures. Yeah. I thought you were going to spark up a fire right on the floor there.
I threw them out right away though. I didn't.
You did?
Yeah, because I didn't know where to put them.
Yeah.
I know, $15 a pop.
Should give them to some homeless people.
I didn't take it.
They're always sitting on everything.
Why the cops always moving them along anyway?
What did you have? He has the old folding chairs.
Yeah, those folding chairs on like sticks with the covered in canvas. They got cup holders in
like
the
Bill
arms.
Murray was sitting in St. Vincent in the backyard.
I have no idea.
I don't know what
You
that
never
is
saw that
either.
movie?
No.
That is.
Oh, that's
we
a
do
good
we do
movie.
movie references 24 hours a day.
You don't know that one?
And that isn't one of them.
St. Vincent.
It's a
was
more recent
good
film.
movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's more recent.
I'm not into his recent movies.
Bill Murray.
That was a good
Yeah.
one. No, that was a good
What's
one.
it about, Denny?
He was a fella who lived in Brooklyn, who was I guess a drinker and a gambler, and went
right
out,
there.
went out with prostitutes, and he had a stroke, and then he was sitting in the backyard. Melissa McCarthy was in it too.
Sounds hilarious.
It was a good
Jesus.
yard. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. And he was sitting in the backyard singing a Bob Dylan song, and he was sitting on one of those chairs. I thought you would have known, so you would have been
After
able
his
to
stroke,
jump in.
what was he singing? Knocking on heaven's door. Get it? He had a stroke.
I thought it was a good movie. It was set in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
You said that.
Yeah.
I love when Dennis gets earnest. When you're like, it sounds hilarious. And he goes, it's a good movie, okay? It's a good movie.
It was set in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Not far from the Gowanus.
He's got a little more gumption than he used to.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Danny don't take any shit anymore.
I like it.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
Like that fucking Paul kid. He don't take any shit.
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Paul likes to... he likes to let resentment build and fester.
Yes, he does.
Inside of his body. And
well,
then,
he was in the perfect place.
Yeah.
A lot of resentment to bubble over.
Yeah, no forgiveness had been sent. Yeah, he was very upset, Paul. So you got an earful in the elevator, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. It was. I was still kind of, just, oh my God, I'm actually going to walk out of the elevator and be up here. It's kind of a weird thing.
Well, the lobby's very different now, right? Or did you
Yeah,
go through
totally different.
Oh, right.
Redesigned and everything. Yeah, that was it was very beautiful. But then coming up in the elevator, I was like, oh boy, I'm really walking in this fucking place. 3 years, it's a while.
It's a while.
Did you? Were you like, what? How are they going to react? Because it's weird that you'd be like, find out last night that you're welcomed back.
Yeah,
and then as soon as you get here, it's like it's going to take 45 minutes to get security clearance.
Yeah, I didn't
Are you
know
worried
that
that
part.
there's like snipers in the lobby just waiting for you to come up.
But it was just, I even apologized to Anthony too, because we've been trying to get Anthony as a guest. I've been fighting for very hard.
Yeah.
And they finally just all of a sudden out of the blue just went, yeah, okay. He can be a guest. And I was so eager. I just texted, but they hadn't talked to security.
Like
I was apologizing
like
to
an
Ant.
excited little boy.
I was so
Like,
happy.
yay! And then just not making the arrangements.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were having a party. Why?
But he said okay.
He said.
You said he could come.
Yeah, but Roland really did the right. Roland. I panic emailed Andrew Moss and Scott. I wrote important.
You wrote important
in the heading, so they would look at it because they might not recognize my email address.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I was like, oh no.
I got a text from Jimmy last night, and it said, "What are you doing at 8:00 tomorrow morning?"
Isn't that like a fun way to like? I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
But
I
wait
know.
I
till
didn't know if he was in
invite you.
town either. I wanted to surprise him, but I didn't know if he was. You never know where.
You wanted the big news to be in the follow-up text,
Right,
Like you wanted a
yes.
little bit of pomp and circumstance.
So I just said, I wrote back. I said, calling into the Jimmy and Sam show, and then he goes, no, coming into the. Woo! So then I decided to stay in the city last night.
I was afraid to send Ann a text going, dude, come in tomorrow, and having him go, I can't, I'm away. I was like, oh, fuck.
You feared the rejection.
Well,
No, I was so bummed.
I did have to juggle my schedule a bit. I was supposed to go to John Sahag today to get my hair done.
Well, now you can just sit on it after this show. I'll peck. Any comment?
I just said you stayed in the city last night?
Yes, I did.
You didn't bring your camera, right?
You know what I love about Denny is that now he's like on fire a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to keep attempting until
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, no.
I like it.
No, only if it's right.
I
mean,
like it.
I'm working.
He's
with,
got moxie.
Working
Yeah.
with two professionals here.
I like
That's
that.
right, too.
He did it. You see, he did it
Did
again.
it again.
He did it again.
Oh, no.
He nailed me that time.
He did.
Yeah, he got me.
Two professionals.
He got me good.
No, I've kept my photography to Long Island. Good. The nice neighborhoods. The nice neighborhoods of Long Island.
Here's the worst part. Boy, Monday morning, they're just going to hate me and Sam again.
Oh, yeah, this is nice. Guys,
Monday morning.
Don't get those expectations.
It happens. Look. I know I'm probably the only one that doesn't get any hate on the internet.
You don't, but you do. Oh.
Although my favorite of all time is Tranpa. That's one of the funniest ones. Yeah,
Tranthony's funny, too.
Tranthony's funny, but Tranpa was one of the, I read that, I'm like, fuck, that's hilarious.
You're an old man.
Right.
likes
I could be a
trans
grandpa.
people. Right.
And then it's like, I've had friends that are of transgendered, and then I'm Tranpa.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they,
How did you skip a generation that you're more tolerant to trans people than you are to black people?
Have you ever been robbed by a trans person?
I have. Yes, they stole my dignity. They stole my old views of myself.
Holy shit.
Face down in the pillow. They took the old Jim Norton and put the new one in.
Christ.
Yeah,
and then I'm apparently going. Oh, what's that?
The names are funny. The trap pop made me laugh.
And then I'm
out loud.
apparently I'm going broke. I'm spending all of my money on Compound Media. Keith is bilking me of it. Keith, did you hear the latest one? We have we fired the cleaning staff because we couldn't afford it, and now we have Garrett and John and Allie cleaning up the studio.
Really?
Yeah, that's
good.
the latest
I think that's
one.
the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the latest one.
Rule of an iron fist.
Yeah, it's so fun.
So this co-host announcement coming August 21st is going to be very lackluster if you got no cash.
That's just it.
That's the problem.
We had to really go down on the scale of people. It's okay. I'm going to announce it. It is Bobo.
Oh wow,
He's been here.
Oh no,
I would actually love that.
He's going to believe. He's going to believe it.
Oh no,
Anthony, who do we got as a guest today?
How great would it be if on announcement day you announced Bobo as a joke? Didn't tell the audience at first, but also didn't tell Bobo.
Didn't tell Bobo,
so
and
Bobo
he
and
thinks.
the audience found out at the same time.
Oh my God, that is a joke.
It'd be great.
Oh, Jesus. And then we just leave the window open for him to jump out of. I really thought I was the host here. Oh, God.
Oh, I okay. He was trying to play it off, but he just wouldn't be able to.
Oh, okay. It's funny. It's really funny. But can I get paid anyway?
Was Bobo your biggest win in the Opie Anthony
custody
divorce?
battle?
Yeah.
Big A.
I got Big A. And I got Bobo, and I think I got a little bit of Stalker Patty, but didn't Patty?
We've had her come in.
did both.
Yeah, she did both. She was like, joint custody. She got.
Yeah.
She recently retired. Did you hear about that?
From Starbucks.
Yeah, she came on my show and she announced her retirement from Starbucks. I get a pension check and I get a pound of coffee every month or every week, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I said she should set up a little coffee thing for cheaper than Starbucks right in front of a Starbucks.
Undercutter's coffee.
She should stack them and try living in them. After 8 years of fucking coffee things, you get a little house. A hovel!
Live in a hovel!
Yeah, she's come in. Patty's come in.
Yeah.
No one's heard from Pat from Munaki.
Oh,
though.
Pat was on my show last week, wasn't
I
it?
missed Pat.
Last
Oh, so
week.
you got Pat, too.
He kind of co-hosted, and it was great. It was hilarious. We went over his whole will, his father's will. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, my God. It's fucking tragic. Oh. His father, remember he was searching for his father for so many years, and he finally, found out who he was and where he was and everything, because his father ditched him when he was, 6 months old or something, or a year old. So his father recently died. A relative said, "Hey, check the newspaper out. That's your dad." and it was whatever his name is, Philbin, and
Regis.
He was Regis Philbin, and he was a guy that was in construction, an iron worker, and stuff like that. So the will comes out, and I guess a lawyer had sent Pat a copy of the will, and there was one line in the will that said, "For reasons known to myself, my son." Pat,
I have intentionally.
Oh, you have it. Yeah, read it.
For reasons known to myself, I have intentionally not made any provisions for my son, Patrick Philbin, in this, my last will and testament.
That's in there. That's not even like I forgot to put you in or didn't put you in. It was specifically put in to not give him anything.
What a piece of shit.
Wow.
And so he'll never have the answer as to why that's there?
Maybe someday he'll have the answer
What a
on
piece
the
of
other
shit.
side.
In heaven?
In heaven.
Oh, I see.
Where he rejoins his toes.
What a cruel guy.
That is the most brutal fucking thing you could do.
That's a fuck you to the mother or something like that. That's got to be something like that.
Yeah, Pat speculated that, Pat has this half brother, and he bilked the father out of some money, and the father was under the impression that it was Pat that did it. And that's the only thing Pat could think of the reason.
I was on the road with Kenny one time, and we were getting contacted by Pat from Moonachie for money. And Pat, this is true.
Right.
And I was going to give it to him. And then Pat said, and again, I'm going by, I think Pat said it was his brother. It's not me.
I remember that.
I believe that's true. So possibly, maybe he did. Okay, maybe he did think it was Pat.
That could be. That's the only speculation
Some
that
weird
Pat
shit
had.
happened. And that's
still, it's just like, oh, God, that's brutal.
Maybe he thought Pat stole from him. I mean,
Yeah.
Maybe.
that's terrible. Poor Pat.
What a bummer.
Or
Like he couldn't. It just continues to. Poor Pat is right.
Even after he died, the father just had to stick him one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he thought that. Maybe Pat thought that, and the guy thought Pat stuck him first.
Yeah, but I mean, it's your son. You got to, and you should look into that maybe and see really who screwed you over before you just, in death, fuck the guy like that.
Yeah, just decide.
Oh, you just leave and not even give the answer. For reasons known to myself, it's like, oh.
No provisions had been sent.
Good day, sir.
And then the most important in the divorce, we did get Sandy Kane.
We got Sandy Kane also.
We got her too.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
By the way, I've seen her every night.
Sorry to hear that. Oh,
She's-
in bed.
I bet.
Do you wake up screaming? What does your wife say?
Fucking hell of a threesome you got there.
We did almost kill her the day that I pulled the chair out.
That is true.
Chris Gethard,
Yeah.
his show's coming to True TV.
Yeah.
And the promo that they play is a clip with her on the show.
She's getting. Oh, I didn't know she did a show.
That's why she stopped emailing us.
But they're playing it like every half hour.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna be famous. No, she's not.
So if you don't want to see Sandy Kane, don't watch it.
Yeah. That fucking
Wow.
Times Square. Ugh.
You don't like it?
She's there, and the guy.
There's worse things that have happened in Times Square.
Oh well, yeah. Well, that's another thing. Like I've been fired from Times Square, and then people got run over and stuff like that. And
All right.
I walk through there because sometimes I do. Actually, tonight, 5 to 6 tonight, I'm doing Tom Shalhoub's radio show on Fox News Radio.
Oh, that's
fun.
That's great, right?
Yeah. Tom's great, man.
I like it.
He's a blast. But when I do Kennedy's show sometimes on Fox Business News, and then I walk to my studios in the 30s over there, and I have to go right through Times Square, and I'm just I recite how angry I am out loud. Oh, look at this piece of shit as they're walking by, because it's loud and no one can really hear you. No one pays attention to any individual conversation.
What are you so mad about?
Yeah, well, everything.
Okay.
People, yuck.
Yeah.
It really
they're
is a cesspool.
The tourists, the friggin' Mexicans dressed up in their Elmo costumes. Oh,
Yeah, it really is a cesspool. It's not New York's
terrible.
best.
No. Like you know how they say they cleaned up Times Square and it used to be porn and everything and stuff like that? Well, cleaned up isn't they just put a new type of garbage in there. and that's what it is. I just look and I see, like, I'll see some guy. I saw some guy that was obviously from another state in the Midwest somewhere. He's standing there. He's got a fucking handful of money, and there's 5 stuffed characters around him, pointing at his money with one hand, one guy, and then individually pointing at each of the stuffed animals. And I knew what was happening right there. No, you have to pay him. You took a picture with all of us. So they're just shaking down people in there. And it's just... I hate them. I hate the person that's being ripped off for getting ripped off.
The ripped off one, is that they're taking the picture with the kid or whatever?
Yeah.
And they got a tip.
They have to tip.
They have to tip.
As if it's voluntary.
Yeah.
There's a sign there that says that, too.
Yeah.
There's a sign.
What they'll do is let's say you're going to get a photo with Mickey.
Yeah.
Then everyone who's around will jump into the photo.
And then you take the picture, and now you owe all of them.
Yeah, now you owe 6 people.
It's all scams going on in
you
there.
technically don't have to you can actually just walk away.
You don't have to give them anything.
People have been assaulted for walking away.
In Times Square?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, the puppet army gets you.
You wouldn't let your fucking kids near those stuffed guys the second they took their head off. It's Tony Montana's under the fucking thing. It's just gangsters.
Some people think that they're part of Times Square. Like, oh, this is nice. Like when you go
by the city.
Exactly. Oh,
I never even
nice.
understand why people go to Times Square. Like once you take a picture of where the ball drops in fucking New Year's Eve, like this, it's just what you're going to go to Bubba Gump's Shrimp.
It really is not the same as it used to be.
Bubba Gump's Shrimp.
You wouldn't go there?
No.
Why not? It's just like the movie.
The movie's playing. Like every time I pass by it, I just out loud, I'm like, who the fuck is going in this shithole?
The M&M store you don't go into? I want to go in there, but I'm afraid I'll eat too much candy.
People take pictures of the sign, the big neon, like it's a
very
screen.
Architecturally impressive.
Yeah.
Great architecture. Go to the Empire State Building. It's great.
We're big applers. You take it for granted because we're big applers, and we're big appling all the time.
Big applers.
Yeah. But somebody from another place, I mean, they don't get to see this stuff.
I don't know. It's just people are trying to work. Get out of the way.
You don't think it'd be fun?
That's how I think.
To go into Bubba Gump Shrimp and just start listing off the possibilities of different shrimps you could have?
I wonder how many people do that. Get on and start reading the menu and go, watch. Fried shrimp, or popcorn shrimp, or shrimp scampi. Look, I'm like Bubba. I wish you were dead. They're terrible.
You don't think that the wait staff is like, oh, this guy's actually quite clever?
And then in between that, there's just bums. Bums are back. Yeah. The bums are back with a vengeance.
They really
are. And then since that maniac drove down the street and killed that girl and ran a bunch of people over, they decided to put the police big giant NYPD concrete blocks on the sidewalks, and you got to walk in between them, which isn't that much of an inconvenience until you add the bums sitting now on the concrete blocks. So now you got to walk between bum feet as you're walking down the side. I can't stand it.
Who wants that?
You know, there's a guy.
Bum feet.
There's a guy who gets. Oh, that's what Oscar Pistorius had. There's a guy who is at my subway stop who he smells like piss. And literally, I'm surprised I didn't get beaten up for that one.
Yeah, you should have.
But he has like one of those big like the front of his pants looks like he has a 30-pound water balloon. Like, what the fuck is that?
What is that?
It's almost like, it's not like a dick bulge. It's like some kind of a giant tumor.
You ever watch My 600-Pound Life?
Yes.
That's like they show them naked because nothing shows. They're covered by their own flesh in the shower, and you see where all those things are and what they are. They're just big rolls of giant fat.
They don't look good.
No.
It couldn't, not elephantitis of the ball.
I don't know. It might be, dude. It really does look like
legit,
that.
Yeah.
That was one of those things as a kid that was always so funny.
We should take a break.
We have to break. And
you take breaks here?
Yeah.
We do.
Wow.
We do.
We do a
not
couple.
allowed.
I know, right?
And we have a guest coming in.
Yeah. You want to say?
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, Artie Lange's coming in.
Oh my God, he's great.
He wasn't the mystery guest. He was already booked.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
And
I
we were
love
like,
Artie.
oh shit, we're gonna have Anthony and Artie. That's a great
is
show.
A funny motherfucker.
Yeah. So we have until 11. Yes, Denny.
Where's Artie going to sit?
That's a great question. Maybe Artie will have to come in on Monday.
Maresca's giving up his seat.
Oh, there you go.
There
I was thinking that Artie had to come in.
You know what? Or
gonna let him sit out there a while.
I'll go. I got work to do. I'll go.
All right.
I'll go.
So we have
Danny.
Well, what can we say? Anthony Cumia is finally back in studio.
I love this.
Approved as a guest, and
what can we say? Thanks for joining us, man.
So much fun.
Couldn't be happier.
You could say that.
Well, yeah, you should stay through the break. I think.
Oh, please, of course.
I would hope you'd stay. And what else we got? We're going to Montreal next week, and I got my fucking.
Hey, you want to come with us to Montreal?
I would love to.
Come.
I missed that right after. I was like, oh, I'm so glad they, after I was fired, they didn't, in protest, you guys didn't go to Montreal and do the comedy. It was kind of nice.
That's what that was. It was solidarity.
And then it was like, Oh, they did go. Yeah. And I had to listen, and I'm kind of like, I'm hearing stories and all the comics that were there, Billy Burr and everybody, and I'm like, oh, this is great.
Believe me, it wasn't as fun.
It wasn't?
No.
That's what I want to talk. When we get,
I'm so glad.
when we get back, I want to talk about like all this stuff. Especially early on, I would imagine that you heard about that sounded like this amazing thing.
Yes.
While the rest of us knew it was just the same bullshit as always.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know about.
And we'll be back with, I can't believe I'm saying it, we'll be back with Anthony Cumia.
Yay!
You saw me do it?
Jimmy goes, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Watching you work that board's so cute.
Well, Sam, I know. I'm getting better at it, but I didn't have any formal training.
No,
everyone else has had formal training, or Sam as an intern, they trained years ago. I've never trained, so I kind of learned on the fly, as we say.
Yeah.
I never had any formal training.
But they showed you.
There's not many buttons on it.
There's only a few.
Yeah, it's pretty much just instant.
But you got to ride the.
It's just down for quieter and up for louder.
Yeah. I don't know why I would pause for so long after that. That was an error on my part. Wow, I never saw this little camera right here. Is that new?
That's new. That's that's a 360 cam they just threw in here to, I guess, to see what they got. Anthony Cumia is in studio.
Yes, it's a very special day.
It's a very
so
special
happy.
day.
I was just looking at Twitter during the break.
Are they
and
pissed?
People seem very happy.
Yes.
Very happy to hear us all yapping together.
And anybody that is not able to because you had to run into work, we're replaying, at least for the time being. It's not going to be forever, but we are replaying from 3 to 6, so you can catch it if people who haven't heard the whole thing can catch this afternoon. Too.
Yes,
and we're on
indeed.
demand.
And we're on. Oh yeah, on demand. I keep forgetting on demand is the big thing.
Get that app out. Get us on demand.
Yeah, I just forget.
Yeah, it happens.
Jimmy.
It happens.
Oh,
I fucking just forget.
You're hilarious.
Have you seen what Sammy Sosa looks like now?
Yeah.
Did you see him with his?
Looks like an upstanding citizen. I saw that. What the hell? Remember years ago, though? Like, even during the McGuire-Sosa thing, that was he was kind of lightening up. And people were like, hey, is he getting lighter? And then he disappears for a while. He comes back, and he's
now it's crazy.
Very, very light.
You expect me to believe McGuire hit those home runs because Sosa said so? It's the only time I can do it. Does he have vitiligo, by the way?
No. He's also wearing the pink suit with the pink bowler hat.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah,
he's doing that look.
What's he doing it for?
People are saying, there's a lot of self-hate involved in the Dominican community and all this stuff.
God. Is there?
He's saying that he uses lotion to soften his skin, and it just happens to also, I guess, lighten it a little bit, he says.
Yeah.
Is that makeup he's wearing, or is that his skin?
That's his skin.
Wow.
It rubs the lotion on the Dominican. Does this whenever it's towed. I think he took his melanin and gave it to OJ. Because OJ's a lot darker than he used to be.
How do you get a tan in jail?
In jail. You're in prison.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out in the yard a lot.
Would you have him on your show if you could? We've agreed we would.
Sosa or OJ?
OJ.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd hire the guy.
Yeah, the way Sosa looks now, OJ would try to date him.
We've had some...
I'd hire the guy.
I'd hire him in a second. When everyone else says no, we say yes.
Yeah. When your bank says no, champion says yes.
When everyone else in broadcasting says no, Compound Media says yes. We were actually in a meeting with Anthony Weiner.
Were you?
Wait.
No.
Wait.
No.
Hold on. You didn't even get it.
You got something, Chip?
No, I know where you're going.
Say it again.
We were actually in a meeting with Anthony Weiner.
You got anything?
Anything?
No,
Chip, you were the one that stopped everything for the...
You asked me.
I thought you had something.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's just, I get it.
Weiner. What about Anthony Pekka?
Fuck yeah.
There's the joke, Chip. Fuck. Next time.
God damn it.
Next time, you're good.
But the Anthony Weiner thing did not work out?
No, it didn't. But
I guess we
think
know
it was
your co-host won't be then.
because Anthony was a little delusional, I think.
Oh no! Yes, I've said that before.
Yeah.
So wait, did you actually meet with him too?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How was he? Pleasant to you?
He's a weird guy. I don't have to say it. Like he can't concentrate. He's very jittery. He comes in with the baseball hat and the sunglasses on because, he's a scourge, I guess. But we sat down and talked about, him doing a show.
Well, he's also wanted to be the mayor and eventually the governor. Like, he was a power-driven guy. He was a good politician.
Yeah.
And now he's looking at himself like, I'm meeting with the guy who showed my penis photo. It started the beginning of the end.
Great.
The funniest part of the whole
full
thing was
circle.
I just took a shot and I emailed him. And I said, hey, not sure what you're going to be doing, but if you'd like to have a voice and a platform, we would be interested in having you. And I CC'd Anthony Cumia on the email. And afterwards, I texted him, I'm like, there's absolutely no way. And he emailed me back.
Yeah.
So him and I got together. And we met.
Nice.
Take a little few photos.
Yeah, a couple of texts back and forth.
Laying in bed with your rods through the underwear and his son in the middle.
I admire your work.
Creep.
I didn't like that Anthony ruined that picture by being in it.
Shit.
And then, we agreed to meet, the three of us, and we went out to lunch. And we discussed having something on the network. And it's not that it didn't come to be, because we were going to continue talks, and then
it really kind of got bad for him.
Right.
This was before.
I don't give a shit if he's sexting and getting kicked out of his fucking job and divorced and everything like that. But then when it was like, oh, wait a minute, kitty porn charge, allegations and stuff, it's like,
all you need is 2 of those on the network.
we do draw a line.
Amazingly enough, there is a line, and amazingly enough, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's something you got to be. You just don't know.
It. Yeah, everybody. We would be like, I could literally have OJ on sooner than Anthony Weiner at this point.
Did he know that you guys leaked the photo? Did it come up in conversation? It didn't come
up in the conversation, but I can't imagine he didn't know that.
Yeah, the first time when I met with him and he said, so this is Anthony from Opie and Anthony. And I'm like, oh, this is where he says, like, how the fuck do you think I would have anything to do with
so
you
much
guys?
bad stuff has happened since then that's worse than that.
Yeah.
Because he could have survived that. He literally could have survived that.
If it was just that.
Just that, dude. He was coming back and he fucked up again. But that was survivable.
Yeah. He said, you know what? I really like those guys. And I was like, wow, maybe we have a shot at this. And,
wow.
And when we sat, the three of us, and they started talking, I mean, we know Anthony can talk to anybody.
Anthony, yes, we do know that. Yes,
and I sat back and I watched them, and we offered him his own show, but then we talked about even them doing a crossover together because they were very comfortable. Sitting there.
What a great show that would be! A wiener and a dickhead.
So,
it was odd. It was weird.
It is odd, right?
He's sitting right there, and you're like, "That's the guy."
Yeah,
there he is. And and this was during the campaign, the Trump campaign, and everything. And when the news was coming out about him and his computer and Huma and Hillary.
Did you ask him about any of that stuff?
Not really. No.
That you can discuss.
He brought up some of the stuff. He's just like, my computer is nothing. Like, he actually talked about his computer. I'm like, oh, he's talking about that thing, the computer that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
You didn't ask follow-up questions, though? When somebody, I feel like when I'm having a conversation and somebody starts saying things that they're not supposed to, I just jump in like, you opened the door.
Now you're
I pounce.
You're like fucking Mike Wallace.
Yeah, that's right.
He was retarded.
I wish he was like Marcellus Wallace. Dicking him.
Yeah, so that was weird. But over the course of doing this, we've talked to some interesting folk.
Yeah, who else has been a near call? Because I know you did manage. So you missed Anthony Weiner.
How about Spitzer?
You managed to land Eastside Dave.
Eastside Dave McDonald. The Eastside Dave show is, I don't even know what it is still.
Right.
I watch it. It's like some kind of twisted, nightmarish version of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Mm-hmm. Where they destroy your set.
They destroy my set. Yeah. He gets a producer. Here's how Eastside Dave picks his producer for his show. When one producer leaves, and it's usually they're fired on the spot, or there's a fight or something, whoever's sitting in the audience, he'll pick a new producer.
From the audience.
You know who his producer is now?
Oh.
No.
Big A.
Oh, wow. That's
Big
so
A
great.
is Eastside Dave's producer because
for Big A.
Big A was there, and kind of got up to protect Eastside Dave when his previous producer got up and flipped the desk over, looking to kill Eastside Dave McDonald.
Well, I hope he doesn't need his producer to talk about a stop set. It's gonna be a long break. So Big A is doing it now.
Yeah, Big A's doing that.
Why'd the guy flip the table? I mean, I understand Dave can probably get to someone if he's trying to.
The guy fancied himself as a stand-up comic, so he got up there and started doing some stand-up comedy. And Dave did not find it funny.
Dave objected to it?
Dave let him know
he did?
that it was not funny. The guy got pissed, said he was going to start kicking Dave's ass, and Dave said, back and forth, go ahead, fuck you. And that was it. He came over and flipped my $8,000 desk over.
Did it break?
A little bit. They fixed it.
Did you charge him?
We have text messages saying that he admitted to it and he would make restitution, but we haven't really seen that.
No real restitution.
You have yet to collect.
It's like saying, the video guy here is going to get paid?
Right.
What?
Paul.
Oh,
I heard that one too.
He never got any.
He was supposed to make a few bucks.
Really?
It didn't come
scratch.
through.
It's funny. I actually just sent Paul a check because of some stuff he did for me for Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
A little stuff. He wouldn't name a price.
Nice.
No, but you
Nice
got to
of you.
pay a guy who's doing a little something. I felt bad.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot Dog has earned a little bit of money for doing wrestling things for me.
Yeah, you got it, man. These guys are doing some stuff.
I see you on that WWE every so often there, Sammy Roberts.
As a matter of fact, I'll be on the WWE Network this Sunday.
You can't do that. I'm going to need you to do something.
That's too bad, unfortunately.
You can't do that.
I'll be busy at the Battleground Kickoff Show.
Oh, really?
Live at 7 p.m. Eastern
Sam's
on Sunday.
very good on that.
On the WWE Network.
He's
very good on it.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan going to be there?
He won't.
No?
He's alive, though.
But he is alive.
Yeah.
No, not that bit. Oh, God.
My stepdaughter and her boyfriend are big wrestling fans.
Oh.
And when they found out that I am friends with the likes of Sam Roberts.
Come on.
It was very, very exciting.
Really? They like Sam?
Oh, they love Sam.
Which disgusted...
That infuriates me.
Yeah, it disgusted Keith as a guy who's known me since I was an intern helping him with homeless people.
Right, that's true.
During the shopping sprees and stuff. And now...
Yeah, the homeless shopping spree.
Now
the
this.
little intern.
Yeah.
Boy, how you have climbed that ladder with just a mass of bodies underneath you.
Yeah.
You really do leave some shit in your wake.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he's been moonwalking over fucking skulls on his way up.
yeah. We didn't rise peacefully.
That is amazing. I look around and it's like, okay, I see Travis over
Travis
there.
dog.
The Travis dog. And Sammy Roberts, Jim Norton. It's like, that's pretty much like it.
From the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original.
There's really no one.
From 57th Street.
We got Garrett.
That's right.
I love
from
that.
NEW.
But he was
Garrett.
not part of this show.
No, but he was over, who was he working with?
Jay Thomas.
Jay Thomas.
Do you remember the
He was on
song?
Jay Thomas show.
Awesome Garrett. You remember Awesome
the
Garrett?
Awesome Garrett song.
From that's from 2001, maybe.
Oh my God, so long ago.
Awesome Garrett.
He's great.
Yeah.
Love,
I'm happy to
love
see
having
him
Garrett
right
over
while
there.
there.
We've
He seems
always
happy.
had fun. Yeah, he's just a good guy, funny
is.
guy. Very. I could talk to him on the air, and he doesn't just sit there. It's nice.
Did you ever panic when you're doing your own thing and it's like it's all you? I mean, Keith is doing it with you, but I mean, like it's like your network and what like you like. Oh my God, it's gonna collapse. It's not gonna make it. Or do you get to a point where you're like, all right, it's cool, man. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, early on, it was. I don't know if this is going to work. It was such uncharted territory. So. Yeah, now though it's moving along, knock wood, very nicely, and things are happening. So I don't have that whole oh my God, it could collapse at any second kind of thing.
Right.
But doing the show alone isn't that tough either. I like doing it alone sometimes. I like the shows by myself, just be able to bullshit about anything. Like Alex Jones, and then I do InfoWars.
That's amazing. You do.
I do Alex Jones' show every other Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. He leaves, and I take over his show for an hour.
That's incredible.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You're doing Alex Jones' show now, right?
Yeah.
Have you looked any more closely
Yeah.
at building siete, which is Spanish for 7?
Oh my God, Building 7.
Yes.
The fire department was told to stand down.
Because I remember at one point a lot of the theories that were brought up being whimsical, almost. Silly.
Here's my take on 9/11. A bunch of filthy animals decided to get on planes and crash into buildings. That's it. There wasn't any conspiracy.
Did they know?
What?
Did they know?
Did the American government know?
The American government.
Well, of course. The CIA planned the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Don't be stupid.
There's actually footage of that. One of those guys who allegedly died, he's a pilot in another airline now.
Oh, okay.
Computers haven't picked that up.
Is that right?
That would be a little nerve-wracking, looking in the cockpit and being like, "Oh, the guy looks familiar. Where did I?"
Yeah. I hope he knows how to land.
Yeah, but doing the Alex Jones thing is hilarious. It's like nonstop. You have to talk. There's like segments. There's a 5-minute and a 10-minute and an 18-minute segment where it's just looking at that camera and rambling for 18 straight minutes. And I mean, not conversationally. You're just liberals, globalists, and it's. Once it's done and we go to break, I'm like, I have no idea what I was even saying.
Does he have bullet points? It is amazing that Alex can do that, to look into a camera and like just to be able to go. I mean, it's like fucking incredible to do that. It's hard to do.
It's not an easy job because it's after we're done, it's exhausting. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a totally different thing than doing my show.
Sure.
And it's like right after I do it, I go to do my show, and the difference is just stark. But it's so much more relaxed doing my show, and that is all pumped up. And
how long is this show? Every day he does his show for how many hours?
It seems like 12. He's just yelling at globalists and fucking contrails in the sky. And I guess he does a 4-hour show. Wow. So it's 12 to noon to 4, something like that. And like I said, every other Thursday from 3 to 4, he leaves. But it's funny. He's like, all right, taking over now for my show is Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia from Compound Media is going to be on here, so take it away, Anthony. And I'll be like, all right, boy, did you see on the news today, Fox News was actually saying that Jeff Sessions went, Anthony, let me cut in here. I was just eating my lunch, and I wanted to say, I heard you talking, and I'm just cracking up. Anthony, I was just pouring my chicken noodle soup out of my thermos, and what I think is that the European Union... so it's maybe it's 3:15 to 4. I get to talk.
I mean, it's so great that part. I love that partnership. The you and Alex Jones partnership is after all these years.
I prefer if it was with Jim.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really is
amazing.
Hilarious.
But it hasn't. Your opinions on various conspiracies have not shifted terribly.
You've had Lionel on the show, right? You guys have Lionel?
No, I like Lionel.
I love Lionel. He's out of his mind, too.
He's crazy.
Because he was on, and he's very articulate and concise, and he researches things. But he believes that aircraft in this country are spraying shit out, and that's what the contrails in the sky are, the vapor trails.
Okay.
He honestly believes they are trying to change the atmosphere, putting stuff in the atmosphere to block the sunlight and trap in the greenhouse gases or something. And he believes that. And I'm like, so you're telling me that airliners with people on them every day are doing these covert missions? Where are the tanks and spray nozzles? Where are the people to go, hey, I'm just going to Pittsburgh. What's spraying out of this wing? But he honestly believes it. Things like that, those conspiracies, I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
It's fun to listen to, and it's amazing that people can talk about them so much.
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones, you have to say, is a real genius. He's a bona fide genius because to be able to, whether you're right or wrong, to be able to be interesting and talk that much for that long, decisively, without a whole lot of none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he's got more to say. Like, there's a brilliance to that. For your mind to work that well. If he was talking about football, he'd be Scott Farrell, who's another genius. To be able to talk about sports that well for that long, I'm sorry, it's fucking. You're a bona fide genius to do that.
He's like impassioned for every minute he's on. He's just on 11 yelling into that mic. And now you look at what he's yelling about, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
What is there?
Have you met him physically or no?
Once a while ago, but no.
He's in Dallas, right? Texas?
He's in Austin, I think.
Austin, Texas?
Yeah, he's in Texas. If I ever go down there, I would love to.
I want to meet Alex Jones when I'm down. I'm going to do a gig down there, and I don't even care if I do a show. I would just like to meet him.
Do you know if he knows? Because he's like a comedy fan. Do you think he knows you as a comedian?
I don't. I know he knows me from the show. He would recognize my name just from Opie and Anthony. I
bet he knows you as a comedian. I bet he's.
We have a lot of similar friends. The whole Ventura thing where him interviewing.
Right. Because he's friends with Jesse. Jesse hasn't been on his show though in a long time.
He hasn't done this one either.
I'm off the grid. I'm off the grid, and I'm doing a show to tell everyone I'm off the grid. I live in Mexico. Every 6 months out of the year, I move to Mexico to get off the grid.
Julia, he's the most on the grid, off the grid guy I've ever seen.
He really does pop up to let you know that he's not going to talk to anybody.
That he's not.
You can't track me down.
Yeah.
Really?
You're
Let me
6'8".
Yeah.
You're all over the place.
6'8".
No one's looking for you, Jesse. You're fine where you are.
With, of course, his riffraff hair.
Yeah, he
I
can't.
can't look at him without thinking that.
Yeah, I really have
moment.
put a label on him that he's never going to shake.
Never. Well, no, he's going to shake constantly. You ever see him?
Yeah.
Let me tell.
Yeah,
is he a disaster?
He certainly is.
Yeah.
But I would love to have him on again, interview him. And I think someone told him, like, hey, man, those guys actually turned around and said that they believe that you were wronged. I believed him in the Chris Kyle thing.
Oh, really? That Chris Kyle was bullshitting or something?
Yeah, I believed Chris when he said it on the show, but after Jesse, when I heard Jesse's explanation, sometimes you just hear someone explain something, and when we heard Jesse on Alex Jones explaining it, he just sounded like a guy who was telling the truth.
It was mind control from the HARP system in Alaska.
Was it?
I was a fighter, a Navy SEAL. I wore a feather boa.
What a tool.
So speaking of stuff that happened here, what was you're talking about the comedy festival?
Yes.
That happened 3 years ago, like right after you got fired.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck, I want to go to that so bad.
What was the stuff? Because I think if I remember right, when Foo Fighters came in here, you were pissed.
I would see the guests that were coming through here, and I was like, where the fuck were these guests when I was on the goddamn show?
Arnold.
I thought of you with Arnold so bad. I was like, God,
Arnold.
fucking damn it, do I wish Anthony was here for Arnold.
There was so many I would listen to, and I'd be like, oh, God, I would just... I'd go on about fucking like one movie, one character, the most obscure thing. Like that's the shit I used to love doing. Remember when Dennis Quaid called in, and all I would talk to him about was the movie Bill, that fucking horrible movie he made in like 1980.
You didn't think that was good?
He was a kid, but he was cracking up because he's like, who the fuck even remembers this? Mickey Rooney played the retarded guy, and he was the guy that helped Bill. He was doing a documentary on him. And he's like, how do you even remember this? I'm doing the lines from the show.
Yeah. We had him in.
Shatner came in, and I was doing the Wrath of Khan scene through the glass.
The window.
Like that shit. And there's so many guests that have been on your show, and on the Opie, whatever that was called at the time, whatever day it was, that I was like, fuck that. I would have loved to have talked to that person.
Well, now that now we can give you some advance notice of guests, and if there are people you would like to interact with,
that's true.
We can have Anthony as a guest come in, and there's plenty of people I would love to have Anthony. I was fucking miserable when Arnold was here. I was like, fuck, that was perfect for
that. Yeah,
but he'll be back. You know,
my God.
so to speak.
How was he'll be back?
He was promoting a good movie. It was called Maggie. It was that weird.
Oh, I saw that with that kind of indie kind of zombie.
He was
thing
great
with the
in that,
chick.
man. He was
good.
fucking
Maggie. Yeah, it was great. I liked that one.
I loved him in that, and we've had some. I say Roland has done a great job,
really great job,
getting us the guests. And the 10 to 11 hour lot.
How does he get guests when he's in HR all the time?
That's a good time.
Just ratting people out.
Fucking
ratting people out.
Snitch-a-rooney. I think because this hour's when they're done with like Katie or Kathy Lee, whatever the fuck they're doing, and Hoda.
They do Kathy Lee and Hoda. They do
GMA
live with whoever's left. They do GMA Today Show. Yeah.
Oh, really? So they do the rounds,
and then they come here.
At 10 to 11, we get some great ones, man.
That's awesome.
That's why Jason, I tell Ellis that because Alice wanted us to move up an hour.
Jesus.
I'm not getting up an hour earlier.
And I told him that it was.
I tell him there's two reasons. I don't want to get up an hour earlier, and we don't want to lose these guests in this hour. It's amazing.
You think he would like sleeping in because all that action and skateboarding.
I'm friends with Jason Ellis.
Is tough for an older guy.
We made up.
You did?
Me and Jason.
Well, I'm friends with Kevin
shit.
Pollak. You guys give him a beating. Sometimes we just got to take it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where like the hours are so, you know how it is, man. Like the longer you go in life, it's hard. I just turned 49. Getting up in the morning after doing stand up at night, my body does not recover. And I know, boo, fuck you, you're right. It's an easy job.
Boo, fuck you,
but dude, I went to bed. I mean, that's just me in the mirror.
Yeah.
I went to bed last night because the GNR was so late. I went to bed at like fucking 1:45, 2 o'clock. And I used to do that all the time. We remember we were on 6 to 11.
Yes.
And I would go to bed late and I'd get 4 hours a night and I would be loopy. But again, it was you and Opie and I was chiming in, so it was a little bit of an easier gig than this is.
I'm still young.
You. Come on, it's all in good fun. I would. My schedule here was insane because I would get done with the show. I would drink
a lot.
I would get done with the show and then go home and nap, like just. Which was really sleep. It wasn't even a nap. It was the night's sleep in the afternoon.
Yep.
Wake up, hang out at night, whatever, go out, party, fucking have people over the house, whatever it was, and then take a real short nap between whenever I went to sleep and had to get up again and come here.
Your schedule gets so flip-flopped.
Yeah, crazy.
So 8 in the morning is more for you to be hard because for driving I'm taking mass transit.
Yeah.
But now fucking getting up at 7 and being on by air is a way to like live and I can do it and not be fucking crazy.
It's also that last hour though, because I don't give that much of a shit about the schedule. I do whatever you wanted to do, obviously.
You don't mind waking up.
I don't care about
Yeah,
waking
for me
up,
it drives me. I can't do it anymore.
I wouldn't want to give up
that man.
10 to 11 hour because, like you said, that's when all the guests come in here. And I'm like, at first I was like, yeah, let's move to 7 because I don't give a fuck. But then I went over and looked at all like the big people we've had in, and 90% of them come in between 10 and 11 in the morning.
So you got to be here.
You got to be here
at that time.
It's just when they're in the building.
I picked a very scientific method to figure out when I was going to be on the air because I am on from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, you are.
Monday through Thursday.
It's a great show.
It's an amazing schedule.
And I figured it out because I was like, when can I be up? Pretty much it. I think you really have to be a complete fuck up to not be able to be in by 4.
Which, by the way, is ironic that you say that because I think the last time we were at your place, we were recording at 3:30 and you were late.
Yeah, right. We were doing one of Anthony's vacation shows. We came in.
Yes.
And Ann was late.
And you were late.
To my own house.
Yeah.
No, well, that was the thing when we were doing it at the house. 3:58.
No.
3:59.
I would run down the stairs with my pajama bottoms still on.
Oh my God.
To do the show because it was like, no, I'm home. I don't have to.
But
no traffic.
You figured out though. You were like, as long as I can start the show at 4 p.m. and I do the show,
that's it.
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
No problem.
Well, we finally thought it would be better to get a studio in the city.
Yeah.
And I would actually leave the house.
Right.
And have some type of interaction with humanity.
I used to love those early Compound days.
Oh, yeah.
When it was like, because my dad would watch and he'd call me, because he watches everything, and he'd call me and he'd go, what's going on with Anthony? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, I love him, but like I was watching today and he said that he went to the bank and he did a half hour on going to the bank because this is the first time he's left the house in 4 days.
Oh yeah, I would just not leave the house. So it was kind of nice. I am taking the Long Island Railroad in.
Much better. It's much easier, dude. You adding years to your life though without fucking sitting in traffic.
That could all be taken with a stabbing. Jesus, those people.
Is the traffic bad coming from Long Island?
No, it's not bad. When I leave at like 6 or 6:30 or whatnot, it gets a little dicey.
So dicey.
Oh!
But it's oh my fucking God.
Oh, here comes Artie.
Come here, you fuck.
My name is Artie Lange, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hey!
What's up, guys? How's it going, man?
Shit.
Artie Lange coming in.
Yes.
Fucking Artie, man. You look, you lost some weight, buddy.
Yeah, Artie looks thin.
You lost some weight.
Well,
Where do I
thinner.
go?
Oh, I was going to say hello to you.
Yeah, sit right here.
Oh, come here.
Come here.
God. Not supposed to ever get up.
You look thinner, dude. You making a conscious effort?
I was in the hospital. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
I've never done radio before. I was in the hospital for 50 days and push me off on Dilaudid. You'll lose 80 pounds, but I'm a slice of pizza away from being John Panette. Dying at a Sheridan.
Dude, keep doing it. You look great, though.
Thank you. I look Dilaudid. You mean?
Keep doing it.
No, you're right. I mean, I came out and I start. Let me put the headset.
Yeah, it's true. You're gesturing with your water. Oh no! I came out and it's always like I go through that 2 weeks. Like that's it. I'm gonna kettlebells. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick them up. When I was 15, I lifted a weight one. This is a true story. I lifted a weight one time in my life. I did a curl. I put it down. I said, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, well, you just did it to get the fame.
You see, you don't fuck with Norton. I have my reputation. I feel like I'm in a family intervention. My reputation. The woman does it. This is from the hospital. I swear to God.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I didn't become Keith Richards.
No.
And I forgot that I always wore like a long sleeve shirt, which is junkie alert in July. But I feel good too. So I missed an interview with Chris Christie. I overslept with an interview with the governor of New Jersey today. I was supposed to go to, when you do Caroline's, I don't know if you've done that, Jimmy.
Oh, many times. Please, I'm a fan favorite. I love it. I could see the curtain when they draw it.
Yeah.
When they cut the room in half.
Aziz showed up. He wants to run his Wembley Stadium set. He wants to do it till 4 a.m. Okay. Can someone tell my cousin Tony to go home? You do, because I'm a sports guy. You do Boomer and Carton, and I guess Boomer left, and
he left. You mean for good?
I think he did. Yeah. So they're auditioning guys, and one of them is Chris Christie.
Oh shit!
I've heard he's not a bad sports guy because he loves sports.
I played.
I've heard him on the fan. Yeah.
I played a celebrity softball game with him, and I was sitting next to him, and I looked like Sarah Jessica Parker. He is so chubby.
So wait a minute, why'd Boomer leave? I didn't hear that.
I think he realized he has $20 million in the bank from football. Like, what am I going to have at 4 a.m. to match wits with Carton?
Were they not getting along or no?
No, I think they were. I think he just wanted to move on,
I like Carton, man. I like those guys. I did the Boomer roast.
Great sports. Yeah, we were. No, you weren't there. I was there for something else. We did Anthony Bourdain. But no, they are like great. They're a great sports team.
They are.
How long were they together?
Like 10 years?
10 years.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I'm going to make an assumption here. They hate each other.
Oh, do you mean that can happen and people won't know it?
Yeah, believe it or not. You can listen and think everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't know anything about that personally, but...
Yeah.
you have 10 shots of wild turkey and call your boss a pelican, and everybody gets... We tried to make up on Twitter, and I think when I said, hey, at pelican... So I would go in and talk to the governor of New Jersey, which would have been a feather in my cap, and I overslept.
Oh my God!
And here's the caveat: I made an interview on time last week with High Pitch Eric's podcast.
Oh my God!
I was on time for that.
You made High Pitch Eric and Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, but you missed the governor.
So that's just a typical example of my life. It's like I should just quit.
When are your Carolines, by the way?
I don't know. I was supposed to plug it this morning. I forget.
All right, let's see.
August 4th through the 6th.
I got 3rd through the 5th.
3rd through the...
All right, so
August 3rd through the 5th.
Somewhere in that zone.
Yeah, so go on the 6th, you won't see Artie, and go on the 4th, you'll have missed the first night, which would probably be the best. 212-757-4100. Artie will sell out. He always sells out. August 11th, Carnegie. Oh, that fucking place that we did together. Did we do that together in Pittsburgh or no?
No, but I'm doing that I would love to do it again with you because we had fun in Tampa. We had Tampa together.
That's right.
When you guys were going to, Rob Kelly after the gig tried to get me to play in a band, and I said,
Oh
no.
shit!
Oh, is that when he was doing
drumming? Yeah.
Yeah, Bob was doing the fucking gig for Dennis Leary.
Oh, the FX thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was a great drummer after like 2 weeks of playing the drums.
Yes.
Meanwhile, he did a drum off at the house with Fred from Brooklyn, who, by the way, lost toes to diabetes and still played the fucking drum better than.
I'm going to have to talk to him in a support group soon. Like,
Oh shit!
Bob should call himself Keith Moon because he's an ass.
Keith Moon Pie.
it's great how like guys in this business get money for no reason. Like that one guy built Fenway Park in his backyard because he met he sold Tim Allen Coke in 1982 or something. Became his manager. But like guys are Fred from Brooklyn.
Yeah. He's one of my poker
He's a
buddies.
listener though.
Yeah, he's one of my
Okay.
poker. He
He's like a
plays
real listener.
Poker down at the down at my house and stuff like that.
Those guys who call the show oddly have money. You wonder why they have money. Like Fred from Brooklyn. What are you doing? It's 10 o'clock. You've been waiting for 4 hours.
They have cash.
Yeah, they do. So I like like guys from Tampa who come to shows in flip flops. Like, why do you have money? And why would I go?
They figured it out.
Yeah,
I don't
They
know.
have a wife.
Maybe it's called a work ethic. I have no idea.
But you ever do that when you're flying though? Like you'll be in first class and you'll look and you'll see somebody.
Calm down.
but I'm saying that because like you look at them like how the fuck is that?
No,
Believe
right,
me, they're saying that about me
That's
too.
you that they're saying
Of
it.
course.
You realize that? That's so funny.
Oh man.
Mad TV. I'm gonna match you for asshole name dropping. No, Mad TV. Quincy Jones produced it. He invited us to a party in Bel Air. Guy produced Thriller. And out loud, I said, not even kidding, you have a built-in pool?
A built-in pool?
Like anybody in Bel Air is an above-ground pool.
I said that once to Tommy Lee.
Yeah, you do have to assimilate when you start making 80 grand a year.
skimmer.
You know what this reminded me of? It's so funny. The greatest thing about this business is funny people. And this is starting to remind me of the Matarese thing. With me, we triple team Matarese.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
And what made him think we weren't going to go find him?
I don't know. When he starts reading off cue cards in front of 11 people in a fucking...
And then you're going to ask me for life advice?
Yeah. So what do you do in a situation where we fucking unloaded on him? I felt bad.
Why not?
Yeah.
But they, in fairness to Joe, they gave Joe such a big. It's like Joe just didn't know how to handle that.
No.
And he actually came clean. He goes, "Yeah, I fucked up. I didn't do it right." Like he admitted that he fucked it up. Like he didn't. He's not holding fast.
Right.
He's like, "Dude,
Yeah.
I should have." He realized that he
Should
fucked
have invited the three of us.
And when he admitted he fucked
just
it up,
went with it.
When he admitted we were very comfortable with agreeing with him.
Yeah, yeah, he did fuck it up. But I'll be on that night on stage, which that was one of the most fun nights I've ever had on stage. In all of my years of doing stand up, that going back and forth, one of
was
the best
great.
nights I've
That
ever
was
had
a
as a
blast.
comedian.
And I never made less money for being more fun.
We got nothing. Dude, I've never destroyed harder for free.
You
and then got
were in
scolded.
particular on fire.
No, we all were, but I got scolded for it. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Guys,
kill on your show.
I really wanted life advice.
Hey, come on, guys, you're laughing, but John Bonet is still dead. All right, good point. Thanks for straightening us out.
And John Panette, too.
Yes, and she'd have been pretty hot by now, I guess, right?
Or she could have went
Ramsey?
the elfin look the Olsen twins got, which was very disappointing, or like really fat.
Yeah, they turned out to be aliens. I don't know
look
what
like
the
John
fuck
Bonet in Little League.
Yeah, he got, poor Joe got a world of shit for that.
And he should have. He should have.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on, man.
You're supposed to know how to handle those situations when you're a comic.
That's very true.
why people pay to see you on the stage.
Right.
Right?
Or, you know, if Joe Buck has a live show on HBO, you should say secondcock.com in front of his children.
But Joe Buck loves you.
everything.
He loves you.
Well, I think part of it was that. I think he was doing some damage control. Like, I don't want Howard to rail on me, too, so I'll say I love Artie.
Were you on Howard? Oh, okay. Were you still on Howard when that happened?
Yeah. And, Howard loved it. It was just evil. But I wasn't trying to be evil.
Have you guys had no communication? I don't know as much about the Stern world. Nothing, right?
No. I stabbed myself 9 times on heroin. He called once, and he said, listen, take care.
Wow.
No, it was like I think he planned. I think he wanted. He was. I think he already made up his mind that he wanted to do this politically correct show, and I didn't fit in.
Okay.
To Gwyneth Paltrow coming in and talking about her green drink for 2 hours, and I'm the shirtless grimace a foot from, like, show us your tits. And I think he never wanted harm to come to me, but I think heroin did the job for him. I couldn't go back for a while, and we talked once, and then Jeff the Drunk Curro called me in rehab.
Did you see him at Robin when Robin was in the hospital?
No, but I went to go see him. I just missed. I talked about Curro or Howard.
Oh, Howard.
No, I saw Howard. That's the only time I saw him. He didn't plan on seeing him.
Right, just there.
And the security guard was a fan. It was so funny. Like, I walked up, he goes, "He's up there, you know."
Oh, shit.
And I said, "Really?" And I went up there, and we couldn't. We laughed for like 3 hours, like this bullshit, like we were on the air again. And then he, I think he just planned on. He has the ability to do that, but I know what he's talking about. I mean, I became a full-blown junkie on the biggest radio show of all time, and that doesn't help the news. But I've never been funnier asleep. I was always Kathy. I think I told you this. Kathy Griffin came on to talk about how she cried when she told her mother that she got nominated for an Emmy, and she was crying telling the story. And right in the middle of it, you hear an audible snore from me.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, "I said, Ma, I've always been dreaming to tell you this. Dad passed away, but I got nominated for..." Holy shit. I've never been funnier than that, awake.
No, I mean, but the idea of falling asleep on a morning radio show, I mean, like, you just can't comprehend. Oh, yeah.
I did that too, Artie. Yeah, they left me there.
And both shows are not exactly the Z Morning Zoo in Des Moines.
It really
a lot of people are hearing you do
Oh,
that.
my God.
But your name was on it. It was like, that would be like if Howard was falling asleep. That was your show to fall asleep on.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll be honest.
Thanks for adding that in.
Us leaving you there was really fun. That was one of those things. It was just funny.
And I talk in my sleep. I've had girlfriends say I talk in my sleep, and I'm like, whoa, like, that's when the honesty comes out.
Oh, shit.
And all of a sudden, I'm Anthony Cumia in Times Square.
Yeah, you don't want that kind of honesty coming out.
I've had girlfriends say I talk in my sleep. Like, you're reaching in my panties yelling, "Where is it?"
You punch your mother in the face? No, I want
people
to.
wake me up and think Mark Furman was asleep.
How about I should say, when Kathy Griffin's interview's over, wake me up.
Isn't it amazing the real fucking mental patients involved in radio? It's crazy.
Well, I was just saying, like, with Howard, you have the same waiting room as all of us, as the Christian channel. So you'd have naked Beetlejuice talking to a nun. Literally going, "Let's get drunk."
Yeah, thank God stand-up comics are so much more stable.
It really is the same
It meshes.
crazy people.
It meshes, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just, but radio guys are, because they have to talk for so many hours. That's why there's all this infighting, because you got 3 hours to kill. A guy says something, you got to respond, and then all of a sudden,
I would say to you, we talked about. I would say to you, like, you would always you would do gigs and you do sets at the Cellar on weeknights, and I go, we'd see each other in the elevator. How are you doing that? And you're like, "Well, I'm just living healthy," right? I mean, I would marvel at you doing a set at like 9 o'clock at the Comedy Cellar.
But I would also marvel at you. I'll be coming in with Artie, and I'm just as tired, and he's on heroin with sunglasses, and I'm literally bumping into him on the elevator. I'm like, wow, we've both made choices, and it's the exact same result. We're barely making this fucking show.
Somebody's got to liven it up around here.
That's so true, man.
It is true, yeah. Like, we ended up here. I really can't believe, like, I'm lamenting about the fact that I missed an interview with the governor. The governor.
That's okay. You'll get it again. You just do it again.
Well, I might need to make a phone call in jail one day for some sort of reprieve.
It's good to have the governor on your side.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, he has the pictures I have from that celebrity softball game, and just an enormous ass. You can't. There's no
was
other
that
way
the one
to
where he's
describe.
got like the camel toe?
Oh, yeah.
And fucking
Yeah.
he looks like a Tweedledee.
He's got male camel toe.
Yeah.
How long
Someone should have told him before he walked out of that fucking dugout.
Yeah, I guess I could.
That's not. You could have told him.
They're crushing him everywhere. I mean, there was some guy, like last week, he was filling in for Francesa, and some guy called him a fat asshole. They were booing him at the Mets game this week. Like, just everywhere he goes.
Well, fat asshole could have worked for Francesa, too. It's interchangeable. I had a joke, too, I was going to say, you got me off heroin for a week. My drug dealer was in the Bronx, and there was like for 3 days traffic at the prison.
There's the picture.
There he is. Look at him. He's got good. Look at him.
You don't go out in those pants. And Jesus Christ.
Looking at the camel toe.
Didn't he used to play baseball though? Like there's pictures of him in a baseball when he was in college or whatever.
Livingston, New Jersey. Yeah, he went to high school with Chelsea Handler.
That look only is good in baseball if it's black and white and you're running in fast motion.
Yeah.
On the fucking bases.
Yeah, he has a fucking Babe Ruth body.
That only works if blacks weren't playing yet. I don't know. He was funny to talk to. He was trying to be like hip and cool, and he told me. He told me he went to high school with Chelsea Handler. I said, "Any funny people come out of that high school?"
Was it going to be sports or just anything?
It was going to be some sports, but then he's like this big opiate thing,
okay.
Yeah. So that would have been fun to get grilled on that.
He was going to ask you about it, you think?
Yeah, I think he wanted to.
That's fair. Yeah, good for him to not avoid it.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you ever get another partner, Opiate and Anthony.
Opiate and Anthony.
I said
that would be
that would work with a camel toe. I don't know if he really wants that job. Does he really want a job in morning radio? I think he's auditioning for the job. Yeah,
it's weird. It's almost like if you imagine having the responsibility of being the governor, and then you can just go on and talk about whatever you like.
But it's the same thing we were talking about with Wiener. Like there's
a segue.
Yeah. Hey.
They want the power. Like there's a power to being on the radio.
They just want
no power
to
from governor. That's an interesting contrast.
They want to have the voice still.
Yeah, they
be
want
able
people
to
listening to them.
Yeah, listen to me.
Yeah,
it's a narcissistic thing. Politics.
Sure.
See, you guys were more blue collar. Howard did love like that, going to Danielle, the French place, and getting a table and shit like that.
Oh, that was obvious.
Yeah. You guys could have got into Chili's anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I still felt cool about it. Oh, look, we're getting a table at Chili's. This place is full. I'm great.
What is Monsieur? We have your table. The other one. Yo, motherfucker!
Yeah, this really was like the gutter swamp fucking.
Well, I said like some of Howard fans had jobs. It was the morning. You guys were the hardcore.
Oh yeah. They
Keep
were
you on your toes.
Animals.
Keep you on your
What was going on between you and John? Because I was with Stuttering John at the Comedy Cellar one night, and he's sitting at the table, and he's telling me how he's going to kick your ass. He's sitting there and he's going, if Artie walks in that door, I will fucking kick his ass.
Was he kidding or no?
No, he was pretty serious. And then he left. So we had gone downstairs. Bill Schultz was hanging out. I think we went downstairs to watch the show, and John left or got kicked out or something. Man. And then I go back upstairs, and then here comes Artie. Yeah. Artie comes in, and I'm like, "Fuck, man, that would have been awesome."
Yeah.
Still was here. I would like to see that. What's the beef there?
Just on it. He can't take it. He dishes out, but he can't take it. He always thought he wanted that chair. So from the beginning there was tension. And
your chair, you mean?
Howard show? Yeah. It was Jackie's chair, I guess, at the time.
Yeah.
But and then I think there was like sort of a thing going on there, and then we started doing the road together, and he had a very competitive thing, and then on the air at my podcast, we were talking about how El Chapo looks exactly like.
Yes, it really does.
And so I started doing it. I did a 2-hour bit stuttering Juan. And I'm like, I gotta move a kilo. I gotta move a lot of coke. For 2 hours, they're like, call me El Butcher. Call me Paul. El Chapo coming out of prison and getting a job interviewing other kingpins. Pablo, did you ever actually fought another dealer's face? And he got very mad at that.
That's so funny.
Could you imagine him getting mad at anything?
That's so funny.
And then you have to do a mea culpa with him. Oh, I love you. It's always I love you. I love you. Let's not, because when he gets in the battle of the wits, we would all beat him. Florentine, me. It would be like, we would throw no hitters against him on the road. And I'm like, stick battling high pitch Eric or KC.
I don't know where it got to the physically.
He wants to punch
because
he's half Puerto Rican and half Danish. I always used to. Did you get any of the Danish? if you get any of the fucking Dane.
all Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but I you know what's different? I love the guy. I have a lot of. We have stories where he's like an endearing guy.
Yeah,
and you know he could, when you're on a JetBlue flight with him and his hair is in your eggs because he falls asleep and he still has the long hair. It's like, how do you not love a guy?
Yeah. Well, you know, he on Twitter said, "I hear Jim and Sam are badmouthing me. Can you call on
He's
Twitter?"
like, he's going nuts.
But I'm like, John,
Wow.
I texted him. I'm like, we're friends. You could have just texted me. What the fuck? What did he badmouth you?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna badmouth you on the radio. What are you talking about?
Right, he's one of those guys. He's almost like a fan. You know when you meet a fan, and this is indigenous to some Philly fans. They meet you and they like you because you're blue collar. I like you because you're a regular guy. They basically saying, I like you because you're a loser.
Yeah.
And then you talk to him for an hour, and then as soon as you go, well, I got to get a cab. Oh, Big Shot can't take a subway. They turn on you and you think you're snobby.
Take it off.
John's like that kind of, but he's like a coworker. He's really. I love him. I want to say publicly, I love the guy, and El Chapo does look like him.
He looks exactly like him. Twitter, you can't go on Twitter though and take anything that they say about other people talking about you and stuff. I just tweeted something. Someone goes, Anthony, you should go out to California, go on Joe Rogan's show. Right. And I tweeted, I go, well, I guess I have to do that. The motherfucker won't come on my show when he's in New York. And
why is that?
Obviously, that's look. He's busy. He's this. He's that.
But in New York, though,
he loves you.
Look, he's busy.
He loves you.
No, I know that. And I was totally kidding when I wrote that.
Right.
Like I would never. I've only written nice things about Joe. I love Joe Rogan. We have
But it's
a lot of
contacts
fun.
with Twitter. Yeah.
But they see it and people are like, oh, now you got a fucking problem with Joe Rogan. I'm like, no, I'm just fucking goofing
it's
around.
a written telephone game, and they want to start a feud.
That's what they want to do. Like Esther Koo, I guess, was on Ellis's show.
Yeah, in LA,
someone sent a video and goes, oh, man, Esther and Ellis are ripping you apart.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then you listen to it and go, there's not a second where she's ripping me apart.
No, Esther likes you a lot. She
Yeah.
also likes me very much. She's a fucking good egg.
Yeah,
I like Esther.
Yeah, she's
But
awesome.
they want to start fights.
Who is that?
Oh, she's a fucking gorgeous little dink. She got a great little body on her.
Have you ID'd her?
No.
No, is she a comic?
she's a comic.
Yeah, she's funny, man. She's really.
Oh, right. And
didn't
she's a
mention-
comic.
yeah.
Hey, chicks. What are you going to
Is she like? I've got some coke.
How many condoms can you fit up your ass? What a funny fucking bit.
Stuttering Juan, and that ruined my relationship. A dumb pun.
That's such a funny fucking bit, man.
But he what makes it work is El Chapo looks exactly like John.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, the first time I saw his picture, I was like, what the fuck is John do? What did John do?
It's John with business sense.
It looked.
But you're right. How funny if John attacked me in the middle of a crowded comedy cellar?
So it would have
and Dan
been.
Natterman's breaking us up.
Dan Natterman.
How long did I miss him by?
Minutes. It was minutes.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been great.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, oh, fuck.
Should have found him.
Yeah.
Look who's here.
Could you take him?
I don't know. At this point, my body's ravaged. In 1986, I think I got to tell you. Now it's like,
So I guess he was also pissed that people were making fun of his run for Senate.
Okay, stop right there. Okay. Stuttering John.
Yeah.
The guy who used to ask Ted Williams Yogi Berra if he ever got hit with balls in the face. The guy who said to Melanie Griffith, "How's your father Andy doing?" Okay, the guy who asked the astronaut Tom Hanks played if he ever ran off a batch in the cockpit. Okay, wants to run for Senate, and as comedians, we're not allowed to make fun of that.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Grow up, man. I mean, what would you do? That's terrible. I mean, come on. That is. Yeah, we're gonna make fun of it, and I'll make fun of it again.
But comics and radio people, we said this before you came in, all fucking mental patients. Like we all have weird Achilles heels of what gets it. It's just crazy.
Are comics as sensitive? Because radio people are super sensitive.
Comics.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, comedians are, but we just don't show it as much. We don't have 4 hours a day to talk.
And
Right.
the funniest guys. The funniest guys are.
I'm trying to think who's more like twisted, weird. I might think comics are, but radio people can be really. oversensitive about things.
Well,
yeah.
you know
Get
where,
butthurt.
Yes,
you know
really
what
easy.
radio guys get on the weird side is the women thing. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like low level radio guys like in Wyoming who want to fuck the chick who works at the tire place,
Right.
Where she's and it looks like guys have started motorcycles on her chest, and they never got laid, and they get weird. They get weird.
Yeah,
if they get to a bigger market, it becomes they're in jail forever eventually.
Yeah.
But comics, I think, get a little more, I don't know, cynical and jaded and don't do weird shit like
That's
that.
true. Okay, yeah, I could see that. Yeah. More jaded and cynical, right?
I think radio guys are more insecure about losing their spot because like there's
In Cheyenne.
If every
there's plenty of comics, but like you can just go be a
Dude,
comedian,
every
right?
3 months, your job is in jeopardy when
Right.
the ratings books
That's
would come
right.
out.
Right.
It's like it drives you batshit.
Well, my first ratings book at Howard, I didn't realize this till one of my asshole buddies pointed it out. I was a big fan. He goes, Art.
Well, hold on. How are you saying that? One of my
Okay, let me start again. The first ratings book comes out, and I'm happy I got the job. And my buddy goes, the show can only go down. And who's going to get blamed for that?
Oh,
right?
shit.
So that first book comes out, I'm like, oh my God. Thank God it was fine. It was #1 again. But if it was #4,
Oh, man.
like someone, like Tom Giussano's going to come in and go, what's different?
Yeah. Oh, you'd have been gone in a second.
Well, yeah, it's like, but I guess it was steamroller.
That was the most nerve-wracking thing in terrestrial radio was the ratings coming out. And you'd be like, all right, can we... Oh, and then you'd hear, well, our demo was good, and this
that's
they
awful.
oversaturated this Harlem with books, so the fucking rap station did well, but
Yeah.
and then you're just like, do I have a fucking job for 3 more months? You fuck.
That's why people don't understand. Like, there's nothing to worry about at Sirius unless you
Yeah,
go crazy in Times Square. There's
Speak for yourself.
nothing.
Yeah, you talking to the two guys who had something to worry about.
Did you have to wait at security at the desk like I did today?
4 hours. The times they are changing.
Things are fine if you don't photograph a woman or if treat your chest like a pincushion.
You have to try really hard to get that ratings book anxiety at Sirius.
I'm tearing Smirnoff labels and pouring them in the water at 48th and 9th at 1:45. No one will smell this.
Holy shit.
But it is amazing what you can get away with in this job too. Like just being a performer of some sort, man.
Absolutely.
We
It's
get more
fun.
shots than
you know what's hilarious? They were basically saying you could say the N-word on air, but not off.
Yeah. Yes. I just told him earlier in the show. I
anymore.
got kicked off. I got kicked off of Twitter recently, and
What a badge of honor. I would love that.
just get kicked off of Twitter.
Yeah.
But when I got fired from here.
Yeah.
For what I tweeted, Twitter didn't kick me off then.
Right.
But
Well, you're
and I
moving
got
up.
fired for it.
You're
Right.
moving
But-
up.
Yeah, I'm moving up.
I love if someone thinks they're going to make you mad if you're a comic for 30 years. They go, I'm defriending you. Well, I'll barely get down that 4th Sicilian slice.
You're really worked up about it.
Yeah, you're defriending me at baby shower?
Unfollow. I get that sometimes too. Unfollow.
Total boycott. Yeah. I'm selling all your DVDs, really?
Oh, you blocked me? Oh, real freedom of speech guy.
Do you know what's really funny?
Too. Like, but what your freedom of speech to call me a fucking lump of shit is something I should deal with.
Well, you can't be mad at the universe.
My father.
fucking Jimmy.
My father was a low-level mafia guy. If he found out I had 300,000 followers, he'd punch me in the face. Or remember when friend wasn't a verb?
Yes. I'm going to friend you.
Yeah, good.
Blow me.
Cool. Tell it to Matthew Perry.
It does, it's funny. It does get to you on some level. Somebody said they did something very funny to celebrities. Somebody said that they would go to celebrities and just tweet blocked at the celebrity who never followed them, and it would annoy them. Like people would go like, "Why? What are they?"
Like Antonio Sabato probably really gets mad at that. It's got to be right.
playing on their insecurities. Yeah.
I've been blocked by a few people. Nancy Grace is the main one who, and I don't even blame her for blocking me. Like she was the one
What is it?
celebrity.
She was like, bombshell tonight. Jim Norton blocked.
Was it on? Was it after her appearance on
No,
your
it
show?
was way before that.
Oh,
What
really?
happened?
I had bashed her many times publicly. I think she sucks.
She started crying on your show, right?
No, not crying, but she kind of just walked off. She's got a gig at Sirius now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we can cross promote.
Yeah, we should get her back on the show. She called us. This is like our third week of doing the show or something, and she went on The View and said, "I didn't know I was going to do an interview with Beavis and Butthead."
Oh, nailed!
Yeah.
Because you're
hilarious.
Because your demographics watching The View. I do the obstructed view.
Yes.
She would get on the fucking on whatever show she was on. What was that? CNN.
the Pig Hour.
And just be like, Tot Mom, another episode with Tot Mom.
Just shut
Casey
up.
Anthony, big tits of hers.
Boy, she's with her lawyer, dude, right? She's dating a
I
lawyer.
know. I could have fucking
Would you?
got her. I bet
She's dating
in
a lawyer.
second. I'll just be like, Joe, keep the kids away.
That
for
would
a
have been
while.
great, by the way. You should have done that.
Oh, invite her over. Because she was looking for a place to live for a while.
She said,
I got room.
No, I remember you tweeting.
Casey
her.
Anthony was
tweeted.
well, she was thinking of it, but she found you were too emotionally unhealthy.
You know what's great about Nancy Grace? She's like 72. It would get your average of chicks you're fucking.
It really
age.
would, yeah.
Up your average age for St. Peter's.
No, not Nancy Grace. Casey Anthony, I want to fuck. The baby killer.
I'm sorry.
Not Nancy Grace.
I
Nancy
apologize.
Grace.
I apologize.
Not someone
Thank you.
disgusting like
Probably
Nancy
the worst
Grace.
insult you've ever given me. That I would fuck Nancy Grace.
Wait a minute. Good one, Needle Nose.
Shit. Yeah, she. I would. I have no problem. I would absolutely, if the things happen, I would fuck Casey Anthony.
What if she was? What if
I'd
she was
have her
found,
over my house. Who cares? I don't have
What if
kids.
she was found guilty? She's found not guilty.
Oh, I
right?
still wouldn't care.
You
He'd
wouldn't-
marry her. If she was found guilty, he'd marry her.
Yeah.
By the way, let me not
My
forget
cat in the
plugs.
pool.
Anthony Cumia every day, Monday through Thursday on Compound Media. Of course, as you know, you can catch Eastside Dave, Gino Bisconti, and Aaron
Gavin
Berg.
McGinnis.
Gavin McGinnis, yes. I forgot Gavin is a great
Talib
show.
Starks, our black guy.
Pat Dixon.
Pat Dixon.
Pat
who's-
Dixon does the New York City Crime Report.
And Anthony's new Twitter is Anthony Cumia XYZ. Of course, Artie is Artie Twitter on Twitter.
Artie Quitter.
And August, here in Caroline's, August 3 through 5, go to artiequitter.com for his dates. But Caroline's Artie's going to sell out.
We're
He's-
calling these the no curtain in the middle of the room shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 212-757-40. Just don't forget. I just
I'm
want to make sure we're
definitely going to
plugging properly. We'll still keep chatting. I forget the plug sometimes.
I'm still going to that.
I am too, but I haven't seen you live in so long. I want to come and see your new set.
You're going to have to wait the next show. I like going to see Gilbert. I see 1978 John.
Oh, Christ, he is so. That show you guys did together, it was the live version of his podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was Caroline's also.
Yeah, it was that kicked off the festival.
God, yeah, kicked off the. It was so fucking funny, like hurting laughing funny.
Well, he really is. Have you ever done the road with him, Jim? Like a real show with Gilbert, like, where you guys are like co-handling or whatever, and see how he really.
Many years ago, I've done. I've gotten to know him from the Comedy Cellar. I've driven him home a lot, and I've just spent time talking to him. And it's so. And then upstairs, how are you?
Yeah.
He could turn it on. I mean, if you were watching, if you were in whenever it came out, 91, you're watching Aladdin, and you go, the genie and the parrot. One's going to commit suicide. Which way would you predict? And he really has a sweetness to him where, like, I think he's so funny. He came with me once. And he really is as cheap as you in Brazil. But he really is. The cheap thing is not even exaggerated.
No, he's a chiseler.
I picked up. I picked up his bag because he was just standing there waiting for me to pick up his bag. And a zipper was open, and all these non-dairy creamers.
Oh no!
From a diner that we had eaten at just went all over the like he wasn't even embarrassed by it. He just started laughing hysterically. He stole like 50 creamers, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say to this.
What are you gonna do with them? He's crazy. He's a fucking pack rat.
Yeah. So
that is that's a whole nother thing.
When we get together,
it's not about the creamers at that point.
No,
No,
exactly.
no.
Yeah.
It's not, right?
When
No
we
way.
get together and tell stories, it is fun, man. I'm glad that,
Oh, yeah. And he knows everything about, like, old movies and actors.
And so do I. I have that knowledge.
Yeah.
So,
lifetime of wasted youth.
I didn't even know that was in the festival, that show. And it won best. The Village Voice voted the best show in the festival.
It was so. If you were there watching that live, you saw something amazing. It was so fucking funny.
But it's like, I do have new shit, but like Jim, like the Trump stuff. Like, what do you do? Like, where do you stop? Do you even do it? Like, it's such a beach ball. I do too. It's such a beach ball coming in. It's like what? It's so crazy. It's easy.
When
and
you
hard
joke
to
about
write.
his hair, right?
I really go.
Pardon the interruption, but unfortunately, we ran out of time. Listen to the rest of this segment along with past shows with SiriusXM On Demand. We now return to the regularly scheduled programming.